Oh, that'll be fun.
Okay, yeah, got it. There's so many things popping up on screens when I do this. I'm like looking like, okay, where's the next one at?
Oh yeah, I feel that.
Oh, I got my
That'll be fun.
let me mute this. All right, that's muted. Let me figure out how to edit this. Open link a new tab. Yeah, I just got 5 grades back from an economy, that Harvey Elliott Gold Finest Auto PSA 10.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I was happy with that.
I bet.
That got 10, the Murray Obsidian Color Blast 9, but I kind of figured that just because of the way they've been
Mm,
color blast. It just helps me so nobody, down the road questions the grade on it. I mean, it still
yeah.
puts it about 350 for the card.
Yeah, all those like Kaboom Obsidian, they sell 10 times better, grade even like a PSA 8 or like a 9 for
Oh
sure.
yeah. I see. I like the Obsidian Color Blast because they're true to hobby only. It's a hobby only product.
Oh yeah.
All that other stuff, it just gets to you after a while. Oh, where do these go at?
I feel that.
YouTube changed stuff on me again. You crazy things.
Oh damn.
Oh, I used to keep all this stuff on here for tags. Hmm, Try to get at least a couple of them on here.
Yeah. And I swear everybody's freaking texting me about the Panini website stuff. Like everybody's talking about that right now.
Oh
Have you
yeah,
seen that yet?
that's bad right now.
Fanatics, there's the Panini with the redemption stuff and all that stuff, of course. But I mean, like literally, it's like it's like copy and pasted. It's like insane. Have you seen that
The you talking about that the renew
on the
redemption
Fanatics website?
process? Mm-mm.
Yeah, no, yeah. It's on the Fanatics website. They basically copy and pasted through as far as all the stuff basically Panini had as far as like the leading like guy in like NFL, NBA, all that stuff. I'm like, damn, you know what's
It's
happening.
no secret they're getting bought out. And I think that whole redemption piece is part of the puzzle where they said, hey, you need to do all this because we're not being held responsible.
Oh
I
yeah,
think that's where they're going to try to get that in play, let it to run. I think they'll probably announce it somewhere either end of the year or beginning of the year, depending on how they're going to do it for tax purposes.
yeah,
But everybody knows it's bought.
yeah. It's and then the whole conversation with the redemption stuff. Of course, it's just even if Panini gets the value right, they're saying, oh well, the change, well then the changes in the service basically means that they can ship you like $2,000 cards for like a $2,000 card. It's just
I think it
it's
works both
insane.
ways. My idea would be, what's up, Grunt Dad? I think that the best way of doing it is the day you enter that in there is what your perceived value is, because in
Oh yeah,
6 months a card could drop or it could go up. Now, if it
oh yeah,
drops, you're mad. If it goes up, you're like, cool, I got one over on them. But I think the fair way around it is that the day you enter it, they do research onto it and they plug in that value right there.
oh yeah,
It's not hard to have a couple people on there doing the redemptions each day. Okay, we got 1,500 redemptions in today. Let's get these all priced in there so that way if they don't go out, we know better and where we got to put the values at, because otherwise, people are going to get hurt.
oh yeah.
Hell, Joey's got a Tyler Hero auto for like, oh, I bet you that's going on over a year now out there. And I'm like, and they won't let him request a sub.
Oh really? Damn.
Well, what it didn't before, I don't know. But that's what
Okay.
he was telling me on to it. And I'm like,
Yeah.
damn. I'm like, I have no idea.
I mean, I will say here is supposed to have a good year this year, so like we will see. But I mean, like, yeah, I mean, hopefully you can get that in quicker, let alone getting some type of sub or something. My God, yeah. I remember this was in 2013, so this was like eighth grade freshman year, I think, or something like that. Basically high school.
Mhm.
I was ripping 2013. It was Prism actually. And there was some, and I remember I got some. I think it was like a Giannis auto. I'm trying to remember because basically back in the day we we of course sold everything off to basically buy base, game used jerseys, of course, being like a young collector, a young kid. What's up,
Hmm.
Brian Adams? How what is up, my dude? And then like it just I was saying on the redemption there for like a minute or two, and it's just all that stuff is just it takes a while. It's messy. It's just not pleasant for sure. So I feel you on that.
Hey, appreciate it there, Brian. Oh, Joe. Oh, okay. No, Joey's forced muted. I forgot. I just seen him popping in. I was like, wait a minute, trying to control multiple things. But no, I think there's some good they're trying to do into it, but there's a lot of stuff I just am not a fan of at all.
Oh yeah.
Um, I don't know. I mean, let me ask you, how have you been doing on soccer sales? I don't think you touch hockey at all, right?
No. I mean, soccer for me has been selling super well as of late. I sold like a really big McKenny recently. It was a Topps Museum like triple like color patch auto number to 25. That sold like that. All my stuff's been selling well. Hockey, I have friends that do hockey. I have a few friends that basically have sold some Young Gun Color McDavid's recently. They sell here and there, but nowhere compared to soccer. Soccer like has been selling like quick, but the prices haven't been going up as much for sure. It's been a weird market with them, to say the least.
Yeah, I'll tell you. I looked at all my stuff I sent into DC. I got a couple orders out, a couple it sold or already processed. Plus, I threw up like 20 some slabs just for money to go up to the monster with, right?
Yeah.
My soccer and hockey are like so close to comps at like 2, 3 days out. It's not even funny. The rest of the stuff, will trickle in at the end. So I
Oh yeah.
started looking around. I put that Gretzky. It was a 2009 Upper Deck Black Diamond, that die cut. It's a 101 or a pop
Yeah.
one out of 100. Put it up today. It's sold for 250, just like that. I'm like,
Damn.
I mean,
Take it
but
all
it's
day.
all day soccer for me will fly and
Oh yeah.
hockey. As far as the other sports, I mean, like you get the people wanting it at 10% to 50% off. But like hockey and soccer, I get
Oh yeah.
either what I'm asking or maybe within like a 10% variant onto it.
Oh yeah.
Now, if I know
I
I'm way overpriced, there's a reason behind it onto it because there's no comps out there and I'm just throwing something out. Now, I get
oh yeah.
something that's reasonable, I take it, but soccer and hockey for me are just flying. I can't even keep the stuff in anymore. And it's like as soon as it comes in, boom, gone.
Oh yeah. I mean, I will say in the past, let me check my eBay here. In the past week, I'll say week here. How many soccer cards have I sold? I mean, it's just been moving. It's been crazy. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 cards in just the last 7, which, keep in mind, I only buy like more of the like nicer soccer stuff, like, like the mid end stuff to like, yeah,
Yeah, because I got
it
a
just flies.
Ronaldo Blue Finest here, and I didn't realize like raw, it's like a $20-$30 card. I'm like, well, if
Oh
I
yeah.
got that at $22 and it comes back at 10, it's
Oh
now a
yeah.
$100 card. I make
Easy.
a little bit more onto it. I gotta look it over yet. But I'll
Oh
tell
yeah.
you, soccer, it's gonna pick up, of course, for the World Cup.
Yeah.
But for some reason, like the soccer people that are real big into it and hockey, I don't have that game of, setting best
Mm.
offers or just a big fat decline all the time on eBay. And even when I
Oh
said
yeah.
to Zach, I'm like really shocked because 2, 3 days out from it ending, I'm like, man, I'm at like 80% of what the last sales were. I'm like, this is good. And usually it might go
Yeah.
forward or over. And I'm like, I don't know, maybe because it's not plentiful out there, and the people that were in soccer, well, there's a
Mhm.
lot of new soccer people, but hockey, you had to be in hockey to really, get into it. And I think those of your diehard guys are still out there. It's still soccer to me, and hockey is reasonably priced for boxes compared to what you pay for everything else.
Oh yeah. I mean, the thing is, I will say the soccer market's very, very, very interesting wax wise, compared to like the single market. So like the thing is, like, value wise, the biggest like wax to card value wise is probably all the Bundesliga Chrome stuff. Like all that stuff, like it's cheap compared to all the UEFA stuff. But the thing is, the specific cards in that set, as far as like Jude, all that stuff, hold more value than basically even the UEFA cards themselves. Like refractor wise, it's a very, very interesting, weird. Soccer is it's a weird mess.
What I thought was funny, remember how we were talking about the Bundesliga lights, how cheap they are?
Oh yeah.
Well, the reason, like we said, was because you got a lot of young players that we're probably not going to see anything out of for 2 or 3 or 4 years.
Oh yeah.
I thought it was funny because I ended up catching a sports card investor video where he says that. I still think somebody from his thing watches my stuff, because I don't hear anybody else talk about this stuff. And all of a sudden you'll hear it come out. I'm like, I just said that like 2 weeks ago. I'm like, where did it come from? Like, where is he getting this stuff? I'm like, somebody watching my stuff and giving.
Don't worry, I did not ruin your secrets, the sports card investor.
Oh no.
But yeah, no, I mean, the thing is, like, even the light boxes have risen, and the guaranteed auto boxes have dropped. So basically, for 2021, there's the guaranteed auto hobby boxes. Those are doing about $55 right now. Mm-hmm. While the light boxes have gone up in last week, they're doing about 40. Like, it's a non-guaranteed auto box compared to a guaranteed auto box, and the auto box is barely outdoing the light. It makes no sense.
I was thinking about buying a case of the hobby again, because
I would.
I know you have Messi autos, and I think Ronaldo's in it too. And
okay, in the normal UEFA you do, but not in the Bundesliga, of course.
Oh, so they're not in that for autos? I thought
no. Okay, so basically, yeah. Okay, do you want me to explain soccer for like 2 seconds here?
Yeah, no, go for it, because I'm still learning it.
Oh, perfect. Okay. So basically, Bundesliga is a set league, kind of like the Premier League, like the Champions League. There's basically different leagues that basically teams like play in. Mm-hmm. Now, keep in mind that there's certain teams that basically play in multiple leagues. So like Dortmund, they play in the Champions League and stuff, and the Bundesliga league. And so basically, the specific set of Bundesliga, there's only 10 teams in that, and so basically, in those teams are not usually as well at all compared to the Champions League team. Now, keep in mind, Bundesliga does not have teams of Messi or basically any of those guys. The main guys that basically you can pull in 2021 Bundesliga, like auto-wise, Holland, Jude, Makoko. You can also pull Lewandowski and basically a few others, Davies. But basically everybody else you cannot pull because it's specific to that Champions League, not the Bundesliga, if that makes any sense.
See, I thought they were part of that, and I must be wrong then, because I'm looking at it now, but you still got like Musiala's in it, Ulmer, who still goes decent in price.
Yep. Rena also in all of them. Yep.
Yeah, I was trying to see if Wirtz was in, but I don't see him at all.
Wirtz should be still in that.
What about Havertz?
Havertz is no 2018 he's in the Bundesliga. I don't know year wise which one would be his last Bundesliga product. I can check.
So you're basically saying that Dortmund team is basically team A and team B.
Yeah, basically Bundesliga wise, you want freaking Dortmund. Dortmund's your team if you want to get it in like a break, because the thing is, probably the most valuable autos is in Dortmund as far as like value wise, long term wise. You know, with Jude, Holland, Makoko, Renau, all those guys. It's probably your most expensive team.
But you're saying
it's weird.
there's like two different Dortmund teams. There's a Team A and a Team B.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No. Keep in mind, Team B. That's in Bundesliga 2. So that's not included in that set.
Okay.
So yeah, but I will say, soccer is very, very interesting. It's a whole thing. But the thing is, I will say it's very weird. But basically, Bundesliga makes so many stars in soccer. Pulisic is like even from Bundesliga. You know, he's from Dortmund and stuff. Like many of the main guys in soccer nowadays are from Bundesliga teams, which basically they would have had cards, you know, in the quote unquote Bundesliga set. They're very, very interesting.
Would you consider it's Bundesliga? I always thought it was Bundesliga.
Yes.
Bundesliga, would you consider that like the minor leagues in a way?
They still compete against the main teams, of course, throughout the different leagues. But the thing is, development wise, they're basically on a different level. Think of a certain NBA team that basically develops talent a lot better than other teams.
Oh, okay.
You can think about it that way.
Okay, so if we're saying minor league wise, they're probably like a AA, AAA team but a good AA, AAA team with a good farm.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I will say long term wise, Bundesliga is always pretty good. And I will say like even it makes no sense. And the thing is, I will explain this to Bullpen. I'm pretty sure I talked to you eXtreme already about this. But the thing is, like with the recent releases, there was basically UEFA and then Bundesliga are the main two. And with those, many of the main Bundesliga teams are basically in the Champions League as far as like Dortmund stuff. But basically, the thing is, like even the main rookies in those sets do not do as well in the Champions League set compared to Bundesliga. It makes no sense because the thing is, you have a way better chance of pulling like a Jude rookie when basically you're pulling Bundesliga compared to UEFA. It makes no sense.
So with World Cup, is it true Holland's not playing in the World Cup?
His team did not qualify, if I'm not mistaken. So no, okay. he would not be. Even Italy didn't qualify and stuff. It's really weird this year.
Yeah, because I just know there's like 3 leagues. You take out the World Cup piece, the EPL, which Panini pretty much does all that. Your Bundesliga, and then your UEFA.
Yeah, and then there's the Premier League. There's La Liga.
That's it. I was gonna say La something out there.
Yeah, La Liga. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So I mean, it's very, very weird in a sense where with basically all the teams, the main product for basically Premier League is basically only Prism. I'm thinking, or Select. I'm trying to remember the sets, but the thing is, like, it's very weird with the leagues where Bundesliga, the only cards that basically you can get is Chrome cards. That's it. It's weird. It makes no sense, but it do be like that. All right, let me pull up the qualified list here.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. You have regular Topps paper, then they do the Topps Chromes, Topps Finest.
Yep. Oh, Finest. Finest is also a good set.
Dynasty in soccer, did they?
I don't think that they do.
Pele signed in the baseball one because every year they do somebody different in it.
Yep.
I think the one product, and I know I'm not a big Leaf person anymore, but I was a fan of, was when they did Leaf Immortals.
Oh, yeah.
I had a case of that, and I pulled the Pele and Banks Stoll Auto. I wish I'd have kept it. But I couldn't pass out $600 for it at the time either. It was a lot of money.
Yeah, I get you.
But yeah, I mean, that was the one product I will say it was really nicely done. I mean, because you had like some of it, there was a quad auto. I can't remember. I remember Messi, Ronaldo, and I might have been Pele and somebody else was on it, but that was the one everybody was trying to chase there.
Yeah.
But I mean, overall, every case had some really great stuff into it. It was limited. I think he only made 100 cases of it. And thankfully, I was breaking a lot of like Leaf at that time frame, because in order to get Leaf Trinity, you had to break X amount like Leaf Metal and Leaf whatever. Oh gosh, it was Leaf Metal Draft, and there was another one that came out after Leaf Metal Draft. But you had to break so much of it just to score a case of it. It was insane.
Oh yeah. And the thing is also, I will say, going back to the World Cup stuff, I need to check to make sure my number was right. But basically, there's only a certain amount of teams that basically are basically able to qualify, like in basically the certain amount of time, and basically those teams go and play, of course, World Cup wise, as we know. And the biggest front runners this year is probably, we have France, we have Germany, we got Argentina. The U.S. is definitely not in that conversation. They've been playing like shit. Like, it's not good at all. Those are probably your main three teams, honestly, and then Brazil. Those are probably your main four teams right there. And basically, World Cup wise, those are probably your main ones that you're probably sticking to if you're trying to invest in guys, for sure. So yeah, it's a weird market. It's weird. It makes no sense half the time. So, sorry.
Yeah, see, I'm like Jason. I'm still trying to learn soccer.
Oh yeah, it's like I would definitely compare it to like baseball, as for somebody that doesn't really get it, as far as like really learning how the minor leagues work and all that stuff. It doesn't work in the same way, but I mean, it's not too far off the sense to where you can kind of get like a grasp of it. For sure.
I think if you could grasp the leagues and understand that players are in different teams in different leagues, somewhat.
Oh yeah.
Mbappe, for one. I mean, I know he's on like it's EPL and the UEFA, if I recall right.
Yep, Champions League. Yep. PSG.
Yeah, because I was trying to think offhand with it from his cards when they came out, and now you got who was it? Was it Topps that did the big old case
They
thing?
did the auto set of PSG. Yeah.
Yep, and I'll tell you, everybody was buying them things up, and I'm like, I don't like that. I like it to where I buy a case, and I don't know if I'm going to get an Mbappe auto or not.
Oh yeah.
But they had Mbappe autos a while back.
Oh yeah.
And I can't remember if it was a Topps or maybe even a Panini product out there, but there was some Mbappe autos originally. It wasn't many.
Oh yeah. It do be like that. Also, I will say personally, I'm gonna show a card here because I have this build this up. But I personally like the stickers. Stickers are basically where the culture are at. Basically, like like Europe wise. Basically, they basically didn't have access to cards for like a long time. And so basically the stickers are basically what their quote unquote card is. And so basically a major release every year is the World Cup sticker. Like basically every 4 years they basically set up a World Cup like a World Cup release. Mm-hmm. And so basically this is Messi's actually first World Cup sticker. I actually just got this in, I think, yesterday. And a PSA 9, and they're really hard to grade. So I mean, I'm saying long term wise, instead of messing with all this chrome and all this prism, unless you're prospecting, these stickers and stuff are the best way to go. They really are. I'm still trying to find them. I have stickers. I don't know, maybe it's 2006, but I thought they were earlier. About 200 or 300 of them somewhere. And I've been digging trying to find them things because they're just in a box. So basically, though, just messing. I feel that. But yeah, I mean, it's very interesting. It's very basic in a sense, and I will say this card is a pot 360 of basically 9 and higher, Which I mean, for being a messy 2006 first World Cup card like sticker, it's a good grade for sure. And it's cheap too. It's like $200. That's it.
You know, for a minute there, I thought that your mat had water coming down. I just realized that's just your drain. I was sitting there watching. I'm like, are you dripping like your drink down or something? And
Yeah, totally.
I figured out what it was because I thought it was like a mat down and you were showing down that way. And I'm like, wait a minute, that's just your background with the raindrops like leaking down.
Little mail day today.
Ooh, that Wolf Ranger I like for sure. That's a nice card.
Yeah. Rookie auto.
Can't beat that.
No, I'm back on that trend. I picked up that and a Dave Bean that I need to get certified now.
Oh, nice. Hell yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, all of that actual like stuff that should be holding value. That's I think is the best stuff instead of like all this Chrome stuff. The thing is the Chrome stuff out flipping stuff, but the thing is all the actual like stuff that will hold value long term is just the stuff to go with. It really is.
You know, one thing I noticed when you start looking at all the values dropping, like basketball, including like Jordan rookies across the board, well, minus the stars. I mean, the stars are going to drop because of PSA at first. But if you look at like football and baseball, even the vintage, some of the stuff don't make sense. But it could be timing too, what else is going on, ending at auctions at the same time. But I was looking at like hockey and soccer. I mean, minus like the people that paid like $2,000 for a Topps Chrome Holland rookie card where those drop down, and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
But if you really start looking at a lot of this stuff across the board and just like hockey and soccer, the percentages of the where they, I guess you could say, going back to normal really weren't hit as hard as the other sports. So like where soccer had a nice bump, they came down a little bit, but they've been pretty much steady now across the board. The same with hockey. And this might have been the two things that were the safest because I mean, I've even started looking at like the non-sports stuff, like the Marvel PMGs and stuff. Like that stuff's dropping big time too across the board. But like, I mean, most of the stuff like hockey wise, because it was so hard to cut the older stuff, the high grades are still holding up pretty well in value. Soccer, same way when you start bringing out some of the older soccer stuff, like some of them old Pele cards and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
Maradona stuff. I mean, all that stuff's still holding really, really good. But it's just amazing that, basketball, football, baseball, all just taking that huge dump. And I still don't think we're at the point to where the dump is complete because the price of the boxes are still way too high. And that goes back, like I was saying, if you look at soccer and hockey, they're kind of reasonable in prices still. They went up, but not a whole lot. I mean, the cup was always expensive for hockey, Oh yeah. Like Eminence Soccer, that's always going to be expensive stuff. But the rest of the stuff, it did go up some, but I mean, it's still reasonably priced for what you could pull out of it, grade it, make a little bit of money versus any of the other sports out there.
Mm-hmm. And I
ended up finding these in the collection I picked up.
Okay. What year is that Ronaldo from? I think it's probably for 2017 or something like that.
No, I think it was like 2011 or something like
2011. Oh shit. Now keep in mind match match attack stuff has its own like little market. It definitely does not do as well, but I mean numbered stuff you can definitely flip well and stuff. And basically mid 2000s and basically earlier match attack stuff sells well. So I mean that being like a Ronaldo match attack, that's probably not bad for sure.
I don't know. I like I said, I got a collection. There was a bunch of I got Ronaldo's, the Beckhams.
Oh, nice.
So
can't be that.
No, we'll see.
I will say, I have a lot of reservations about Jeff Wilson and stuff. But I will say one of the most best. I love my freaking English. One of the best videos he has posted has been the whole vintage soccer one, as far as basically explaining the market and stuff and showing the market share of it. It is really small, on Discord now. Keep in mind that there's so many servers. Probably the biggest one itself is a sports card investor one. There's thousands of people on there. The biggest like soccer vintage one that I'm a part of. It's about like a group of 70 people. Only 70 people. It's basically just basically talking about vintage soccer, selling it stuff. It's a small community compared to everything else. It's crazy small. And just like Pele, all that stuff. I mean, it's very, very cool, and it will definitely hold value, I think.
I've
Unless
never
it's
even
pumped
heard
up.
of Alexandre Lacazette or Leonardo Trossard.
Trossard, now keep in mind some of the old German and basically English players I do not know as well.
Yeah, especially if you start going Major League Soccer, if they're in that, forget, I'm out.
Oh yeah, okay. Major league wise, it's a toss up at that point.
Okay,
Lacazette's like Arsenal wise, yeah. I'm trying to now keep in mind Lacazette used to be really, really good from my past knowledge. I'm trying to see his ratings as of late. Now, actually, interestingly, talking about soccer, they basically have some really, really, really unique like stat stuff. They have ratings per game, kind of like a QB, like a QBR, but basically per player, like per match. So basically, like Musiala's today was like a 9.2, and basically the scale goes up to like 10. So yeah, I mean, I got check on him. He used to be pretty good, but it's been a minute since I've heard his name.
Okay, so how about
Wait a minute.
Gabriel Jesus and
Jesus
Alexander
isn't
Isak?
terrible. Who?
Isak. Alexander Isak.
I do not know about Issa. If that tells you anything, I would not know him. Let me check here.
No, I'm just saying. I bought a box of Merlin. I got the Jesus. It's like going for $25, and then
Yeah, Jesus not bad.
the Isak is at a 15.
Okay.
So I don't know any of these. I don't know these two guys. I have the Merlin box.
Yeah, and the thing is, I will say soccer wise, there's so many more players. It's way more than baseball, minor leagues, all that stuff combined. It's a crazy amount of players.
That it is. Bigger teams too, when you look at it too across.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's kind of like where football has, was it 55 people on the sideline? Soccer's up there just as well, just with a lot more dang teams.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So like, actually, funny thing here, I'm gonna show a quick example of basically soccer singles prices. It's cheap AF. It's crazy. As far as basically numbered autos. Let me check here. So basically, I'm gonna pull up probably four of the biggest chase cards in 2021 Topps Chrome Bundesliga. And basically, I'm gonna give you a basically auto what's number 2, and basically you tell me how much you think it sold for. I'm gonna pull this up here. I'm gonna do this little experiment here. It's gonna take 1 second here. All right. Yeah, it's dirt cheap. I can tell you that right now. It's crazy. So basically, as a quick example, Sidney, I always mess up his name. Sidney Rayberg is basically a big guy in the new set. So basically, what do you guys think a base auto of him does?
I don't know. See, I just sold a gold refractor on DC of his at a Stadium Club.
Oh, did
Chrome.
you? Okay.
And I think it only went for like $20 or $30.
Yeah, I mean, it's dirt, and the thing is, he's basically one of the biggest big chase cards of the set too. So basically, for reference, his base not base. His Topps Chrome UEFA Auto Gold number to 50 is sold for $240. His base Auto UEFA like Chrome Rookie only sells for like $20. like the biggest chase cards are so cheap because again they're all like young prospects. It's like insane. But in baseball, their prices go up insanely compared to soccer. Yeah, also think about it that way. It doesn't make any sense.
What do you think of the Merlin product?
Personally, I think value-wise, it's great value, but the thing is, like, personally, I just don't like the Merlin design as well. So I just never been a big proponent on it. I think value-wise, it's good and stuff. And
that case hit though is nice out of it. I will say
it is. It's a match you soccer, like ball and stuff, right?
I remember it has some kind of weird name like Alchemy or Alchemist or something like that.
Oh, that one. Oh no. Okay. Yeah, no, yeah, Alchemy. Yeah,
it's only like it's supposed to be like a case hit, one per case.
Yeah.
Now that card there, I like it. It all reminds me of like when Jambalayas first came out. Nobody really liked them, but they were a cool looking.
Oh yeah.
And I think if you keep the stuff as a true hobby case hit, that's good. Because you can base still your production off of it and still make those really a short print being one per case, especially if you only do like a 20 card set.
Also question for you. It's the is it the Ageless Alchemy? Is that the insert name? I'm trying to remember here.
Let me look
here. It's been a while since I looked at Merlin stuff.
Yeah, it's been a while because I had to look at when I opened my one box of it, and I was like, I know there's two weird things into it. And let's see here. It was UEFA. Why is it not coming up here?
Alchemy UEFA. Okay, I'm gonna look up Merlin S case set. Let's see what pops up there.
Yeah, I'm just pulling it up in Cardboard Connection. It's
probably the best way to do it. So yeah, it's the Renaissance this year. Actually, I think it is. I think it's this year. It's the Renaissance. Before I think it was the Alchemy.
The Match Ball Signatures is one that I like out of it. The one. It's not
that I really like. Singles wise, I might buy that, but like besides that, I don't know. It
is the Renaissance. 1 in 216 packs. It's the Renaissance.
Now keep in mind even the Mbappe only does like $250 like $15.
I was thinking about hopefully finding one of those up at the Monster. The the Renaissance cards is one thing I want to look for. Now, if I had to pick out of it, of course, you got Messi, Ronaldo, you got Neymar's in it, Mbappe, Holland. But those would probably be the 5 mostly that I'd be looking for up there.
Mm-hmm.
And if I could find one, I mean, I might even go a little bit crazy with the that's its last name's Son, like I forget what it is. Young Min Song, something like that. I'm probably saying completely all jacked up.
I totally get who you're talking about.
I would settle for that, but that's like one of the rare things I'm gonna look for. But last time I was up there for the Monster, I didn't see a lot of soccer.
No.
And there was only a handful of vendors for hockey, and those dudes were crushing it up there. People were buying their
hockey there was like insane at the Monster. That stuff was flying off from what I was seeing.
That's where I found from that Greencastle. I think it's called. Wait, I'll tell you what it's called. I got the stand here. It is Greeny something. I can't read it. Greeny Sports Cards.
Yeah, I remember putting those into the. I remember putting that set into Market Movers actually. So.
Yeah, the Yager auto that I got up there was something I just don't see much of, and when I got to see in person, you could see the card versus buying it on eBay.
Oh, yeah.
But I so badly wanted to buy that one Iserman auto, and I could only get the guy down to 120. And I'm like, dude, last comp's 100. I'll give you the 100 for it.
I'll pay full comps here.
I mean, it's not often I offer somebody full comp on a card. I mean, I knew it would grade out. That was the only thing behind it, because now I'm probably looking, somewhere between 250, 300 onto it when it grades out at 10. I mean, the thing was perfect. But again, you couldn't get it that well. Yeah, see, Brian saying, hockey sales great for him too. I mean, all the young guns, because I graded this stuff so early from this last series too, it's flying. massively. And I mean, just insane amounts. And I'm like, this is good. I should have bought more retail out of this stuff and had
Okay.
divided up, because what I like doing is like telling them, hey, send me half a case here and then wait a week, send
Mhm.
my other half a case, because that way you kind of get a mix. You might double up on some of the rookies in there.
Oh yeah, I get you on that one. You know the crazy thing I will say about the Renaissance and the uh, the case hit cards.
Mhm.
They very much remind me of the stained glass mosaic ones.
Yeah, yeah.
Am I wrong? Like, look, it's very similar design. It's probably the closest thing that you'll probably get to a stained glass. Now, to be honest, I'm just saying this not as like hate or something. I'm assuming at some point in time, like a Jeff Wilson or somebody will be like, "This is the new stained glass of soccer," and then stuff has got skyrocketed.
If you really look at the jambalayas were out before the stained glass, where they had that whole thing
Oh
on
yeah,
to it. And then there
oh
was
yeah,
even
that's a way more value.
team background that the downtowns were using. I mean, it's the same exact
Oh yeah.
background.
I
course,
just don't think that people just think about stuff like that. They're just like, cool card, hyped up, I'll buy it. You know, like future wise, they'll go up in value because everybody's telling me to like to buy it. You know, you don't think about it. Oh man.
See, last time I wanted to buy it, I should have bought it. When you walked in, if you'd have hooked right against the wall,
Mhm.
there was a guy that had from Transcendent Amelia Earnhardt, the big like placard piece on it.
Oh, okay.
And he wouldn't budge off the price. And I'm like, dude, this is what her autographs sell for. And
Oh,
I
yeah.
even went up $1,000 on it. And he would not budge on his price. I was gonna buy it. I mean,
Dang.
literally, I was like, hey, I could PayPal you the rest of the money and give you this amount in cash. You know, he's like, no, I ain't moving off this. I'm like, dang, that's just something you don't see a whole lot of
Oh
out
yeah.
there. But everywhere I went, the same basketball, the same football across the board. It was just
Oh
bad.
yeah.
I was just breezing through tables. I'm like, nope, nope, nope. Seen this already 3 tables into it.
Oh
But
yeah.
there were a couple people out there that just had unique stuff.
Mm. Yeah, it's just I would say all that unique, really hard to grade stuff. All that stuff will uh, will will definitely move. You know, compared, and the thing is, like, that stuff you'll do 10 times better on. The thing is, I'm setting up actually at the Monster, but the thing is, I'm mostly buying there. That's it. I'm gonna sit there. I'm basically gonna be buying the whole time. Honestly, like, the thing is, like, compared to the last Monster, keep in mind that sold out. Like, it was it took a bit, but I mean, it's sold out. But this show, they're thinking that Max will probably have about 300 tables filled out of 370.
Yeah, he's been asking me again about getting a table, and I'm like, I'm coming up, but I don't want to get a hotel overnight.
Oh yeah.
And I know they up the prices and he'll go fight it and all that, but I'm just like, I really don't want to dig out all that stuff and have to
Mm.
come up there. And you bring up all these big rare cards. He's got to bring the people that's going to buy them. Otherwise, I'm gonna have people wanting to trade me 20 cards worth $1,000 each for a card. And I'll be like, no,
That doesn't make any sense.
no.
Oh my, yeah, exactly. I mean, just the thing is, I would say the Monster. It's the king of a mid end monster, of like mid end modern like basketball and football. It really is. Just all that stuff just lives there practically here in basically Indy. It just it's just basically all that everybody has. Nobody does baseball here. Nobody does soccer. It's just football and basketball. That's it. So I mean, it gets boring here. Here, I will say. So I feel you on that one, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully there's some good stuff up there. I'm tempted
yeah.
to have my little thing on me. It says I'm buying as I'm walking around because most of the dealers, if you stick around till Saturday and it's a bad show, you'll pick up deals.
Oh yeah.
I just don't want to stay that long up in there. And
Mm,
if I could find the right cards that I want up there within a few hours, maybe I'll leave early, but I doubt it. I'm probably have to sit there till about 6 or 7 when it closes
mm.
to leave just so I can miss all the indie traffic coming back.
Oh yeah.
That's the one part I hate, that drive coming there and back. It's just so boring. And then once you get up into Indy,
Damn.
it confused the literally crap out of me getting off the interstate onto like a
Oh my
sub
God.
interstate, then
Oh,
onto something else. And I
God.
know Sooner pulled off it, had to make a left at a light. And I go down across the over top of the bypass.
Oh yeah.
And it was like, you got to make a right here. I'm like, there's a McDonald's. Where's this place at? I didn't realize there was like this big, huge loop that went the whole way around. And man,
Yeah. I know the thing is, I will say, funny thing is, it's gonna be 10 times worse this this time around, because the thing is, there's like 5 times more construction going on. The state here is basically spending so much money on construction right now, so the drive's like
No.
even gonna be worse a little bit. Yeah.
I hated that going there and back. It was right before
Oh,
I
yeah.
hit Indy 2 going north. I remember hitting that.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, they're spending a lot more on on construction here. Like literally, I will say on the road outside of my house here. I mean, it's just construction going on. Like basically, the freaking whole state's doing it, like budget wise. I don't know. So
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
I try to cut up. I hit the back road the whole way up, and then I could swing around the bridge that goes into
Mhm.
Louisville that way.
Oh,
And
yeah.
there's just a little bit of road work going up that way. But then I remembered it was a straight clear, and I think I was about 15 miles out before I hit the bypass interstate, whatever it was, like 4 something or 2 something. And I just started seeing traffic every which way. And I'm like, ugh. And I try to time it to where I'm pulling into McDonald's around like 11. That way I go use the bathroom, get something to drink, and then,
Yeah.
shoot over there. Have me go way on the other end for parking, which was nice. They had the little golf cart things to give you a ride over.
Oh yeah.
But then, I mean, it's just long as so far it's not supposed to rain Friday. Well, hopefully it stays that way.
Oh yeah. It'll definitely, and the thing is, I have heard parking will definitely be better this year again because less people are gonna be there. But again, it wasn't really a like issue initially either, because again they had the golf cart going back and forth. So
No, I think they had 2 or 3 going too.
oh yeah.
I'm trying to see. The weird thing is he doesn't have a lot of the people coming in. Like Card Collector 2 is not set up.
They're all going to Vegas, from what I've heard.
And that's what I'm wondering. It's just how many people of his
It's
big.
just Mojo and a few others. That's it.
Well, when I looked at this is what I see: the Kentucky Roadshow guys.
Yep.
That's the one name that I know, just because of the guy from Lexington whose dad's like that rich banker dude. Other than that, I mean, JSA, PWCC, they're always there. Zion cases. But I don't see BCW sponsoring it all on here at all. And
Mhm.
that's what really made me wonder, like, where's BCW? Or yeah, BCW, because they're right outside of Indy North.
Mhm.
That ISA grading, whatever, But I mean, when you look at otherwise Melee Pops, I mean, if I want to get some Pokemon, it might be G.I. Joe, okay. But I mean, other than that, I mean, he does not have he doesn't even have Mojo on here.
On the stuff he said he was going, I think, but it's just like the thing is, I was basically texting with Troy, who's a big soccer guy. He has like soccer and stuff, content wise, and Sunday League investor. Basically, I was texting the two of them, all of them, like, oh wait, Vegas, and stuff. It's just like everybody's going out there from what I've heard.
It's a bad time for the event, I think.
It is.
And he
And
really
he planned it.
announced it until like a month or a month and a half
Exactly.
supposed to
I
go
know.
because he had to get things put together. I
Yeah.
think, the first show was good. I think you have to plan that way 6 to 12 months in advance so you can get people on there.
Flight wise, all that.
Yep, you hit the people up that you want to bring up there because I don't think Roth Cards is going to be there.
Nope. He's in Vegas.
Yeah, I mean, you're losing a lot of your big, I don't know what you would call them, influencers or whatever,
Yep.
but the ones that were drawing in the people up there originally for him.
Mhm.
And I'm hoping
I will say I will say this time around is definitely seeming like it'll be a buyer's show. It will be a buyer's paradise compared to the last one where it seems like
that's why I want to make one round to begin with, and then I'll probably go sit and chill in the bleachers, or I might come over and chill with you guys for a little bit.
Oh yeah.
But other than that, I mean, I'll probably go and just wait till about 2 hours before the show ends or 3 and know where I'm going to go back to. Because I think those guys there that are coming in spending all that money is going to be like, I got to sell stuff. I don't know how it's going to be tomorrow. Do you take that gamble? Do you go to the trade night, whoever's hosting it this time or not?
Oh, I forget who's freaking hosting it this year. I gotta check. I will say also, and this is no hate to basically indie guys. Also, as of the last week, there's been some drama actually recently here in the like indie like card collecting stuff, like seeing going on. As far as payment wise, table sub wise, there was basically a lot of stuff going on like about that. So like even basically locally here, there's like a lot of like unrest and stuff going on. It's just a lot of stuff going on as far as even the local guys. People basically going to Vegas, all that stuff. It's just everything's just not seeming like it's going right this time at all. For sure, it's not. We'll see though.
You gonna go to the new Burbank show when that happens in February?
Oh, what?
You going to the Burbank show in February?
Oh no, I mean honestly, I only do the shows here locally. I mean, it's just the thing is I'm young. I don't got money like that to be traveling all about. Like Fisher's is about like 30 minutes from from home, so it just makes sense. So
I think, like I said, I'll do the national and then maybe a Dallas show maybe per year, and that's about the extent of me doing those long hauls.
Oh yeah.
Me going to Indy, doing a 3-hour drive one way, that's a lot. But then again, I could do that to Nashville. It's like 2:30, maybe 2 hours and 30 minutes one way. But I have plenty of options to stay all around down there too if I wanted to.
Oh yeah.
I don't know, like going up to say, I don't know, what's some of them other ones? The one in Virginia or
Chantilly.
Chantilly, the Tampa show, Boston show, and all that. I mean, it'd be nice to go, but like you said, it's expensive because you got to get a hotel. You're gonna have to fly up there. So now let's be gracious and say you're in at $1,000.
Yeah.
Now you got to sell $1,000 there, or you better been sponsored.
Not even that.
YouTube stuff to get up there.
No, not even that. It's like $1,000 of profit on top of sales. It just needs to make sense,
That's the thing. Was like when you set up like the indie show. That's what I'm saying. If it's that bad up there where I don't see a lot of people buying, I'll just hold off in the bleachers for a while and chill, because those guys are already in. What are you charging? Is it 300 or 400 a table?
200.
200.
Yeah, 200 for 2 days. Yeah.
Okay. So they're already in for 200. Most of those guys are going to have to get a hotel room, probably at least 2 nights up there, if not 3. Yep. And last I looked, when I was trying to do it, they were like $200 a room within like a 15-mile or 10 to 15-mile radius. So they all knew, hey, yeah, we're going to take advantage of you guys. So, I mean, technically, if you're at 200 there, we'll just say 600 for 3 nights. You're already at 800 plus your food, beverages, whatever else you got going on. Maybe rent a car. I don't know. But I mean, gas still there
Yes.
and back, you're already in at $1,000. So you got to sell 1,000 to break even. Then
Oh,
you
yeah.
start making money. That's why I like these local shows. Okay, I put $15 in gas and I spend 30 on a table. There's my dollar box at $45 I got to make out of it. You
Oh, yeah.
know, the rest of it was I was going to be there anyhow. I might as well just set up.
Oh, yeah. And that's the thing is, I will say the card collecting scene basically here locally, it's pretty good. We have a show basically every weekend here. So basically tomorrow we have one in Beech Grove going on. We have the Monster. The week after that we have Plainfield, and then the week after that we have Fishers again, I think. So I mean, like it's a revolving door here. We have shows like every weekend here. So
I was
it's
looking
pretty
at
good here
his
locally.
schedule. Let me pull my calendar here. So for October, it is Nashville is on the 10th. Then they have, oh wait, that's the wrong month. Go to October up here. What am I doing? Richmond, Fishers is on the 15th, but they have the big show in Huntington too going on. It's a 3-day.
Oh yeah, I will say it's weird. It's weird here. Sometimes there's like major competition here in shows here in just indie on the same days, because the thing is there's so many shows here. It's a good thing as a buyer and a seller, but at sometimes they'll run two shows on the same day, same times, and like everything. It splits everybody and makes it harder.
Well, if you look on the 22nd, he runs in Louisville. You got the VFW running in Newburgh. That
Oh, yeah.
kind of splits it out, but I think it was last show where I was in Newburgh, so the 24th. He ran a show in Louisville against a show in Lexington. You split your dealers up for one, because
Oh,
they're
yeah.
going to go whichever one's closer. And the same with the people. They're going to pick one or the other. Even though you could drive between the shows, they just don't last
Oh, yeah.
long during college football. So you'd have to get to the Louisville show at, say, like 8 in the morning, leave there by like 10:30, 11, get down to Lexington before noon, and try to hit pretty much the ass end of it onto it. And I look at that constantly
My
because,
God.
like, again,
Yeah.
Newburgh will battle him again the 22nd. The next week, Salem, Indiana versus Lexington. Again, you're dividing everybody up.
And Terre Haute too is on the 28th. The crazy thing is on November 5th, there's 4 shows here locally going on.
November.
There's a Beech Grove, there's Shipshewana, there's Muncie and Huntington, all going on the same day.
Huh.
Yeah, that tells
See-
you everything. Like literally 5 days. Like there's a ship show, which everybody's got to be going to the ship show. It's ship,
Mhm.
so everybody goes. Beech Grove, it's a smaller show, so that one's definitely got to get killed. Muncie, it's kind of out of the way, so that one might still do well. Huntington, I've never been to the Huntington show, so I would not know. It's just shows here are good. Like they're definitely in basically abundance, but sometimes it makes it 10 times worse, because then half the people show up that would go.
Yep.
Makes it hard.
I mean, that's why I was running shows. So the guy has through the decades, he was running a show the second Saturday of the month.
Yeah.
I was running the third Saturday of the month. Lexington was the last Saturday of the month. So it was all divided up. And then I stopped because with COVID, I just kind of keep canceling. Like the one day I was down there setting up at like 5 o'clock, and they were like, "Hey, the city just shut you down again." I'm like, "You gotta be kidding me."
Damn.
And then now, like I was spending about $230 for my room, table, setup, and chairs. Right now, to do that same thing is around $900. So I can't do my $15 a table, 10 every extra table, because I was using the money to put ads up for the shows and stuff like that. Now I'd have to do 25 a table flat across the board, no deals.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Or maybe I can do something like 3 tables for 50 or something like that. But I mean, it's insane with what going across the board.
Yeah.
But like I said, yeah, he came down. He was actually running 2 shows a month in Louisville. One was at this church, and first show I went to at this church, oh my gosh, it was horrible. It was like him, this dude that had Funko Pops, and like 2 or 3 other vendors there. It was bad. So I left there.
Are you talking about JJ?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a church show. And so I
Okay.
left there and I went to this awesome flea market in Shepherdsville. Man, they had this like little section blocked off in there, and it was so bad too. I was like, yeah, I'm not coming back here ever again. I went there one other time, and it's
Mhm.
it's those two were just bad.
And the thing
Salem
is,
is hit or
yeah.
miss when you go up there because it can vary
Mhm.
on who's set up.
Oh, yeah.
Usually at Salem, I could find a couple decent deals, and then I'm good.
Yeah, friends of mine go up to Salem and stuff. So I feel that one. It's just the thing is, I've definitely heard that the Louisville show, the one that JJ does, like it has not been doing well at all. Like so many open tables there. Like it's like insane from what
Well,
I've heard.
so he had two shows. One was at this little church. Then you have the bigger one.
Yeah,
He still does.
yeah,
Those
that one.
shows are hit or miss. Okay,
Oh
onto the
yeah.
open tables. He'll
Mm.
take like almost a full row between him and his kid. Um,
Oh yeah.
but there's shows where it's less than half full. And the last time before the monster, he had like a third of the tables in there, and it was so bad. He's like, "Yeah, all the dealers didn't want to sell here today. They want to wait for the monster." I'm like, "Dude, money
Then
in,
why you
money
set up?
out." So I after that, I mean, I still set up there, but he may have total like maybe 50, so at tops, maybe 70% of the tables sold there.
Mhm.
It's just a hard thing to do, especially when you have other shows that are within an area and people don't have to drive as far to them.
Oh yeah. That's the thing is I think definitely here soon it's just overabundance of shows will definitely become like a thing with the influencer hype recently and like all that stuff. Everybody's like talking about just shows as of like the last couple years, like since the booms happened. So like it feels like everybody now is like wanting to start a show locally and stuff. And some places like freaking Indy, there's like 3 going on per weekend and stuff. Now keep in mind Indy, it's very segmented. There's north, south, like mid and south, definitely for sure. But I mean, still at that, it makes it really hard and it's very segmented. It just it it kind of ruins the basically whole like allure of like a show. Every gathers to to like one show and like everybody's there. That's the point of it. It just
Well,
ruins it.
see, I want to say it was mid 2000s, like 05, 06, 07.
Mhm.
Atlanta used to run like 2 or 3 shows on the weekend. Some would be like a Friday, Saturday, some Saturday, Sunday.
Mhm.
Some might just be a Saturday or some might be a Sunday. So we would bounce between them. But even if they were crossed, the shows would start at 8 in the morning. And I mean, it wouldn't close out till 9 at night because people would travel all day going from show to show to show.
Mm.
And even if it was multiple days, you still had like your loyal people coming through, and they're like, "Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, I hit the other shows. I couldn't find this anywhere else. I want to buy this type deal." But I don't think you have that anymore because one, gas prices are stupid high, and
Yep.
two, just people's attention span. Going to these shows, you see the same thing at every table, you just breeze through quick. You're like, why would I waste my time? I probably see the same thing at the next show.
Oh yeah. Exactly. It's just doesn't make sense nowadays. It really doesn't. Just way too much to a sense to where it just ruins the whole thing. So hopefully here soon can figure that shit out. But knowing the market, knowing people in the market, it probably won't. So, oh man.
Yeah, I'd be interested though to see what happens with this monster. I think it's
Oh
if
yeah.
he would just do it in the summer once a year, and I think
Oh yeah.
if he would shift it to a Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, a 3 day show, he would do a lot better.
Do you think
Onto
so?
And the
Mm.
reason being, if you shift it to 3 days, one, not everybody's going to be there on Friday. That's a given. Some
Yep.
people still on Saturdays during the depending on when it is, could be coming back from vacation. They're like, oh, I'll go up there on Sunday. because most people will leave you that Saturday, come back the following Saturday, maybe even to Sunday
Yeah.
too. But I think if you did 3 days up there, but you would have to have events each day with people showing up, with
Yeah.
real named autograph people coming in each day, you
Oh,
would draw
yeah.
that crowd.
I mean, the thing is, like, auto wise, what were the autos for the last monster? It was just like who even was it? It was like Kenny Clark and like somebody else. It just wasn't very much at all. Just no big draw there. But the thing is, I will basically also say, like, with it, with the vendors here locally, a lot of them do not set up on Sundays, like, at all.
Well, I
They
think
they specifically don't at
if
all.
you catered Saturday, just if you think about just if you did Saturday just with sports autographs, like
Yeah,
I mean, don't bring in Pete Rose. That's just dead around here and stuff like that. Bring in a couple
yeah,
big boys that are going to sign for the money. Sunday, you do something, you bring in like WWE and UFC guys, so it caters to a different crowd.
makes sense.
See, I thought about this because I was going to run one here where I'm at because I could have had two basketball courts, and then they were going to give me the lobby, and then there was like four other side rooms I wanted the whole building. And I really thought about because I could bring in Beckett just to have their own room, and they could have their own line, so there's
Oh,
not a big
nice.
crowded thing type deal. And
Oh, yeah.
it was a possibility. Now that time frame for the whole week, if I would have ran that a Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, it was coming out to being like $1,400 or $1,500 for me to rent the whole place out with chairs, tables, and all, which was cheap, very, very
That sounds
cheap.
pretty cheap.
Oh yeah. So with doing it that way, because it was basically around like it would have been 2, 5. Yeah, I think it was like 500. She was going to cut me in at somewhere right around there. It might have been like 550 a day or something like that.
Yeah.
But by doing that, if I even charged $2 admission coming in, $2, I could have, really brought in, way I wanted to do it was one basketball room be all the card people, the other one be more like your businesses type deal into it, like your
Oh, yeah.
PWCCs, GTS, and you'd have your card thing block off part of it to where people walk in. There's your autograph people getting your lines, you exit a separate way. And I had people that were willing to help me just come in during those days, which would have I'd have paid them for doing it too, just to help pull
Yeah.
like line security stuff like that for them. But COVID happened and dream crushed. I mean, it was something I was looking at booking out for them before because she told me there was going to be a price increase, and I was going to book it out for 2 years that way just to see what would have happened.
Mm.
Because I could have
Yeah,
had
that
the
would be pretty
hotels out
cool.
here. They were going to give everybody, I think it was like 15% off their room fees and stuff like
Yeah.
that. And it had been something different, but it was a lot of work for one person doing all that too. At least with
Oh,
him,
yeah.
he has his family somewhat to help him out up there.
Yeah. It's definitely a very, very big task for one person, for what it sounds like. Like, let alone let like alone the like table setup and all that stuff. The setting up of the like diagrams, all that shit. It just seems like a lot to manage. Let alone, I mean, like you would basically be pricing out to like many shows like locally here, price out to basically just break even practically. I mean.
Well,
You
that's what
practically
I
have to
was
do that.
doing originally. I was because the first time I ran in there at the basketball courts, I didn't realize how big it was. And I was keeping everybody with like in between their setup and the next person. I think I had like 4 or 5 feet to give them space. Especially going in and out and stuff like that there.
Yep.
But when I broke it down and actually looked at it, I'm like, dang, I could fit 80 tables in this basketball court comfortably. And I'm like, if I could fill this up and then fill up this side here and then throw like a couple people with this stuff in their little small rooms out there they're going to give me, I'm like, this would make a lot of sense because, hey, here's your Beckett line. You want to go Beckett, go in there. That's when they go in, give Beckett the key there. They can keep the stuff secure, whatever they do in it, type deal. But that was the one thing that I had to worry about was security in there night because people would want to leave their stuff in there overnight, and then that would have to be contracted out.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I know. Also this year, I'm pretty sure it's the same for last year for the monster. They're also having like full on like security overnight. Also,
Yeah,
and
he
all
had
that
the
stuff's
local
money.
police department helping him with that. I know.
Oh yeah.
What did he see? Sent me a photo. Let me see. What's the photo of?
Granddad sold something he regrets selling, maybe.
Oh, Aaron Judge. Is that Inception? I think it's Inception.
It's a Inception rookie auto or something like that.
Yeah, I think that's Inception. Yeah.
Damn.
I still got a couple Judge rookie autos,
Nice. Good time
but
to have
mine
those.
were all in person though when I saw him in the spring training.
Oh, gotcha.
So
Okay.
I got like his first Bowman Chrome, some Heritage Miners.
Oh, nice. Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Good
the
to
guy's
have.
massive. He's freaking massive. Plus, he went to the
he's
college literally like 30 minutes away from here. So I saw him play in college, and yeah, the guy's just huge.
he's like 6'7", right?
What
Or
he
like
was
6'6" or
really
something.
nice. I don't know if he is anymore though.
I feel that. People can definitely change quickly over time, knowing them. So.
Oh yeah. Him having the season he is a target.
Oh yeah. And weird thing is, I think specifically like buy wise, I don't know why, but Maradona. So like, I'm assuming you both know who Maradona is, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, he's like the second best player of all time. His stuff now. Keep in mind he passed away, of course. His stuff's still dirt cheap compared. Let me pull some sales up here.
I just pulled a Maradona. It was a dual patch card out of Futera. I couldn't believe what it sold for. It was expensive.
Mm-hmm.
That there and
Some of
the
his patch
one.
stuff sells for a bit,
I
but
had
his
a
auto stuff are
101 I
dirt.
sold out of it. It wasn't an auto. No, was it? No. I can't remember now. It might have been an auto too. It might have been a cut. Can't remember. I'd have to go
Yeah.
back and look. But it sold for like 900. The Maradona was like 500 or 600. I'm like, holy crap. I didn't even spend this on my one box of Futera.
Exactly.
That's a secret little sport right there, though.
A what?
Or a secret little, what do you call it?
The Futera.
Set.
Oh yeah.
Somebody linked me onto that, and then I put in for it. I wish I'd have put in for more. I should have just took a whole freaking case. That stuff was just insane.
Mm. So for example, 2021 Donruss Maradona numbered 49 autos are only doing like $750. Like for like how good he is and all that stuff, it just doesn't make any sense. All his like autos are like most of them are basically all of the last 2 years he basically started signing, and then basically before that it was basically in person like autos that basically you could basically get on like stickers and stuff. Or then there's a 2018 Prism, if I'm remembering right, and then there's also the like 2016 Black and Gold and stuff. But like besides all that, there's not much at all. He's a very very hard guy like auto wise. Like as far as it's just the last few years he has a couple in 2017 and 2018. And then basically all of his like in-person autos, and that's it. So yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
Soccer's just weird. What?
Some of the stuff, that older stuff, goes crazy.
Oh my god, yeah. Like all of the like vintage like in-person like all the in-person auto stuff. Yeah, that stuff is just insane.
Well, look at like some of the Pele they consider as rookie being like in the very low grades. What those sell for? Holy crap!
They're insane. Yeah, I know. I've seen a couple of those. I feel like soccer wise, it's the second tier legends are definitely the better buys like right now, like rookie wise and stuff, or like vintage wise. I feel like Pele and like Maradona and stuff have definitely room to go up, but nothing compared to like the second tier soccer guys. You know, so just
No shows tomorrow for you?
For me or Bull here.
Nah, he's gonna be out in the field.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'll
I
be
feel
working.
that.
He's
Oh
plowing.
shit, I feel that. Oh damn.
No,
All
we're
right.
we're disking right now.
Oh, I was close. Discing, plowing, riding a tractor, one with something on it. Now I didn't know if you were doing any shows. I just know one out here in Richmond. That thing's like one of the craziest things ever. Guy will be like, buy my table out. Like, I'll give you half of what you want for it because I have to now sell it all.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to a local, it's the Beach Grove show. It's like a small like 35 table like show here.
Is that the
it's
one at
nothing
the
much.
La Quinta Inn?
Yes, that's that one. It's a small show.
Yeah, because a couple guys I know always go up there too, and they say
Yeah.
it's hit or miss a couple times because
Yeah,
I
it
remember
definitely is.
we were set up in Newburgh, and the other part of the guys were up there, and they were like, "Yeah, it's rough up here too." I'm
Oh
like,
yeah.
wow.
Oh yeah, it's a smaller show. It's like a side room. It's in the hotel conference room. Basically, it's nothing too much. It's not really lit well in there. It's just I don't know. It's the same guys over and over, kind of like the same cards type of stuff. It's just if you can find the right stuff, it makes sense. But if you can't find the right stuff, you're kind of screwed.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, and it's just no hockey, no soccer, no baseball except for like one seller there. One seller there has like max like huge boxes of just like Bowman First like auto stuff. Basically just search through all that. You know, that's the only baseball really up there. It's just the prospect stuff, and then basically everything else from what I remember is just football and basketball.
All the
That's it.
retail football and basketball, even though
Yep,
it came in
mostly.
hobby, it's still to me all a bunch of retail. Yeah, I
At
see
that
it all
point,
the
how
same
much? Yeah.
shows. I mean, I walk by tables of it all the time. I'm like, no, no, no. Now, when I'm set up and somebody comes up to me and they're like, hey, you want to buy any of these retails? I'll be like, yeah, I'll pay 60%. And most guys will want to dump it. And I just, long run is I just grade it and pray it's all tens.
Yeah, I feel that. Yeah, I know. I know. For me, I never buy like stuff like that. I always buy all the unique stuff. I never buy any of that like overproduced type of stuff. It just
Normally, when I do
never
it,
understood.
though, it'll be
Go on.
like in a bulk deal lot. So I'll pick out
Oh,
stuff
I
say
get
I
you.
want for $350, and I'll throw like $100 of that stuff in. Say, hey, 400 for it all. And
Oh,
normally
gotcha.
they'll just bite on to it because they just want to move it. They want to sell it, and nobody else will
Oh,
buy
yeah.
it.
Oh,
And
yeah.
then what I'll do is grade it out, send it to DC Sports. He'll get me a good chunk onto it, and it's small profits, add up at the long run onto it. If it all adds up and I make $100 profit on that $50 little vintage or spur of retail stuff, I'm happy after grading and everything.
What's the cut for the DC sports stuff?
Oh, it depends on what it sells at. I think if it's under $24.99, it's like 20% plus.
No, I got it right here. I can tell you.
Okay, cool. I'm actually
Between
just
99
wondering.
between 99 cents and $9.99, you get 80%. They take 20 minus 75 cents per card. So, and then from $10 to like $24.99, you get 80% and they take out 50 cents per card. But 25 to 1,000, you get 15%. They take 15% and they take 50 cents per item. So,
Okay.
You basically want to send cards in that are going to sell over the $25 mark, because if you set up with eBay late year around that 13 to 15%, the difference is if you send him bulk to do, it just saves you time.
Yeah.
Now, a lot of the stuff that I send in, it's just because I just don't have the time to do all the listings on eBay. Even though I started
get you.
listing stuff now on eBay again, but I'll just send it to him like, hey, he can deal with, 40, 50 cards, worry about mailing it, and then worrying about any kind of chargebacks. I believe if it's under $500 and there's some kind of chargeback or something on it, he just deals with it himself. After that, then it's, I think he negatives your account or relisted or something onto it, something crazy onto it. But I've never had that issue either. I had a couple people non-pay under the $500 stuff that got relisted. But if he, like I said, if it gets lost in the mail, he swallows it up. If it's a chargeback or something like that, he just under 500, he takes and they re-enlist it for themselves. And they take either a loss or profit then after that.
I just like using them because I ain't got to deal with people returning stuff and all the other crap.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Non-paying and.
Yeah, all of the raw stuff seems like DC and guys like that are definitely the move for sure.
Well, I do
Instead of
send
just selling
slab.
around.
I mean, I send slabs that I don't want to try and list or move myself. I just send them to them.
Oh, I get you. Have you guys had like have you guys like sent any of the raw stuff over there? How does that stuff do?
That's most what I'll send is raw and say nines and below.
It all depends on what the player card is. It always,
yeah.
Some stuff will sell for 99 cents. Some stuff will sell for $20, $30. You just never know.
Yep. Just like anything else, you just really never know. I get you.
The thing is, he has more eyes on his stuff.
Exactly.
And I will say, now some stuff, because I've been around for a while, I'll get pretty close to what he'll get or sometimes more onto it. But a lot of the smaller stuff, he'll get more on it than I would. And just because of, his situation out there and more eyes on his auctions, because his stuff gets pushed by eBay because he's like number 3 or something in the US on something and number 1 sports card seller now on YouTube or on eBay. He took over Probstein's spot. And Pete, PWCC is no longer on it.
Yeah, I think too the biggest thing is also is probably the consolidated like shipping part. Like if you're bidding on multiple stuff all at once, that's basically cheaper stuff that the shipping's combined through. Yeah,
and that's the thing is they're just not buying my cards. They can buy from 50 other people and have a one big bulk shipment.
Exactly.
So yeah, that's why I sent a lot of my raw into him, especially if it's brand new release stuff. Sometimes I'll just send stuff that I couldn't move at shows I had on eBay on my own stuff or my slabs or wherever. And I'm just like, I'll let him sell it, see what he can get for it. Sometimes it does really, really good. Sometimes I'm like, probably better than what I could have got for it.
Yeah, I feel that.
But I mean, I sent him some of my PSA 10 hockey stuff, like a Lucas Raymond Young gun. It's already at 190. They average 200. Now that goes off tomorrow, so it might get over 200 for that card just alone there. My Jordan PSA 10 black diamond, single diamond, whatever it is, card number 9, averages around $50. He already has it up to 44. So I mean, some of this stuff on there, it's gonna do really well overall when I send in. But at one time frame, I sent in like, oh gosh, it was like 300 cards that were all relics and autos that were in a box. They sold everywhere from $1, some up to $40 a pop onto it, and I just kept building my account up. And especially during the early stages of the big COVID bulk thing, I was scared. I was just started sending him stuff. A bunch of people did. I mean, there were people because you used to just have an Excel spreadsheet you'd go on to. It was like a open document you could view. There were dudes on there with, 250, 300, $500,000 balances that, had to get paid out. He's like, guys, you have to have a payout by December, whatever date he put out for tax purposes and stuff. And he was like, you can come here. I can wire it. I can cashier check you. I can do multiple payments on PayPal, whatever y'all want. And a couple people just, they're like, hey, you setting up here? I'll just fly out and get it, whatever, Hey, give me a plane ticket out of my money. I'll be out to pick it up. But overall, I mean, he started off with the right group of people, with the right crew, was all family at one time frame. Then he brought in a lot of people that were known in breaks and these small little Facebook groups that time frame to start working for him. And I mean, that's a lot of work doing all those pictures and getting the mail in, sorting it, and probably having to record every package you open or what's in it in case somebody says, no, where's this card at? Got some kind of video showing it. A lot of work. And I know I don't know if it was his sister or sister-in-law, one of the two, I think it might have been his sister, that took over part of the shipping part, and it went a lot better or something, he was saying. But it's what's good. I mean, you have your whole family, they all quit their jobs, they come work for you,
Can't beat that.
You're used to arguing with your family anyhow, so what's the difference? You see them at work, come on.
Speaking of Maradona, look what I found.
Oh, that's a nice one, actually. That's a nice one. I'm trying to remember. Is that from 1991 or what? Or what year is that? Do you know offhand?
I'm not sure which year this one is. It doesn't say a year.
I'll check for you.
7 out of 90, it says. I think.
Oh, it was 92 or 93, but I could be off. I'm trying to picture when The Rock had his college one in there.
Oh yeah, I remember that one. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see if I can find this here.
Another one I had lying around.
I got a couple Tony Hawks like that, and
those actually sell.
Tony Hawks sell insane. That's where it sells.
Yeah,
Tony Hawks sell for crazy money on those.
I have a couple Tony Hawks. I gotta find them again. And there was somebody else I had. I had a couple of the Dwayne Johnsons. I graded them a while back and sold those probably about a year ago for a good chunk.
See, this one great. This one grade good, but I'm thinking about sending it.
I can't think now who the other person is that was on it. It was just one of them oddball ones.
Mm-hmm. I know that
Roger Federer.
Oh yeah, Federer also does well. Yep.
I was it was another sport like tennis, and it just hit me. Roger Federer. I had couple of him on, and I just found him at a show one day, and they were in a 50-cent box. And I picked the stack up to make an even $20 or $30 and stuff I had. And the guy took it. I'm like, whatever, I'll take these.
Would you find the Maradona?
So yeah, the Maradona is from 1998. It's due about probably $13 around, but the thing is high grade ones go insane. Now keep in mind in September there was one that went for 40, and PSA 5s for what I've seen did do about $40 itself. It's just a really, really hard card to grade, of course.
Oh yeah. Well, this one right here has 3 perforated sides and 1 is not.
Exactly.
So it was the end of the book. But I mean, I'll probably send it to Jason, just say hope it gets 5 at least or something, and just do a special, do it on a special.
Yeah, exactly. And the thing is, I will say all these comps are basically all over the place. Some for 20s, some for 16, some for 8, some for 20 again. It's just a rare card to where basically time wise, it doesn't sell as much, so there's no set market as much as all the modern stuff.
It's still worth sending in to see what it.
Oh yeah, it definitely is.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Never know, long run onto it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. But all those sports illustrated ones do well. There's a Gabby Douglas one that also does well, if I remember it. But just all those icon ones do well. And then there's and then I'm pretty sure that there's a Michael Phelps one, and then basically there's the Michael Phelps rookie Coco auto from the fans of the game NFL one. That one does insane money.
Here's the chick that don't get no love. Martina Navratilova. No love.
To be honest, I don't know who that is, so I'll tell you.
What's that?
No, I'm trying to think. I had a Phelps card. It was it was older. It was either one of the very early Allen and Ginters or maybe a Goodwin. And I'll never forget because after he won all the medals and right before they took half of them back because of whatever he was doing, steroids or whatever it was, I can't remember. But I ended up having it graded. I remember it came back back at 9.5. I know that. I can't remember if it was
great.
Huh?
Oh yeah.
But
That's a good grade, I bet.
but I put it up, and I want to say this was probably 3-4 years ago. I mean, it got like $400 or $500, and I'm like, what the heck?
Oh yeah. All of and the thing is, I will say, what is it? Michael Phelps, like basically his Allen and Ginter like aftermarket auto, like graded like high, like a high like auto does like insane. Those are also really really good money. All those like sports, all those like sports figures or like icons like Allen and Ginter wise, like auto wise, they always do well.
Okay, there it is. 2011 Allen Ginter was the Phelps.
Yep.
I knew it was something.
Yeah.
Now I gotta look at this Navratilova.
I knew it was older, and I'm like, I know when I got that card, because it was in boxes, I was probably in Colorado, and I just remember digging through it and finding it. And people were going all gaga over them because all the gold medals and records and stuff. And I'm like, I'm gonna grade this. But I think I spent like $10 or maybe $8 or $5 to grade it, and just threw it in a pile, and it was sitting around for a while.
Well, like Lisa
Leslie
has a Ginter I got signed, and she don't sign no more.
Yeah.
She don't sign nothing no more. So I actually got that one, and actually not too bad on price. So.
Better have your Brittany Griner autos ready to go, because I don't think she'll be signed anytime soon.
Yes, sir. And Tiger King too. Oh, I will say too, it's very very interesting with the auto stuff of players like what's his name? Italian Patriots murderer. What's his name? Hernandez. His stuff otherwise goes insane. Like I don't know if it's the whole murder stuff, all that stuff. I don't know if it's the NFL stuff, Florida, him playing there. I have no clue, but his stuff goes like insane.
Well, I'll tell you who's does it. It's Ray Caruth. His stuff don't go for shit. He's done.
Damn.
I remember a buddy of mine, he used to go to like all these yard sales and like home auctions or estate auctions and stuff.
Yeah.
He ended up getting buying this huge lot of cards. He was flipping through, and there was like these old Spider-Man and like Barbie cards and stuff. Well, he was going through and he started finding autographs, and there were Star Wars cards. I want to say from like 78, 77, something like that.
Yeah.
I remember they had like a blue color to them, or like border to the card. Well, they were autographed by the actual
by the actor
member. Yeah, the actor played it, like R2D2 or played R2D2 or CP3O. And there was probably about 40, 50 cards of it all. He got them all. They were all authentic.
Wow.
Held those things until about a year and a half ago. And he sent them off. I want to say it was either Heritage or Leland's or something I think it was Heritage he sent it off to, and they went for a big chunk.
I bet. Yeah.
Yeah,
all
I'll never forget
weird,
that.
interesting stuff sells so well. It really does.
Oh, Star Wars stuff goes crazy if you have the right stuff.
Oh yeah. Oh, that stuff recently has seen like the Marvel jump. It seems like.
Yeah, don't get on that with me. I don't want to relive that. I do. I have a buddy who just collects crazy stuff. Like he has tons of Buzz Aldrin stuff.
Oh, all right.
Tons of stuff. He collects a lot of astronauts, all kinds of different stuff. But he said he has a huge collection of that stuff. That's signed and everything. I don't know. He likes his astronauts.
I feel that.
There was a guy at work down in Florida. I can't remember what the movie place was. I don't know if it was Universal or whatever. But anyhow, he was working there. So he was like, I can't remember if he was like a producing manager, something to do with it all. Well, anyhow, he ended up like keeping a whole lot of the props that were used through all these movies for like 20 years. And all of a sudden, he started selling them piece by piece by piece for stupid monies. Like he had a original Superman costume. Well, not from the 70s Superman, but like from the later on Supermans.
Yeah.
He had oh gosh, Batman mask from I think it was the second Batman with the penguin in it and stuff. And it was just dumb stuff, but he had to prove it and all that. He had like manuscripts, like the reads or whatever they're called and stuff. And people pay stupid money for that stuff. I'm like, wow.
Oh yeah.
Well, who do you call? He hasn't been in here yet. Charles. He's been doing movie premiere tickets.
Charles is probably in here. He's just not talking.
Yeah, he's doing movie premiere tickets, which is pretty smart.
He told me that New Jersey's actually open now for PSA. They announced it, I guess, at the National, but I thought it was opening, but it wasn't like fully open the next year. But I must have read it wrong or heard it wrong. But yeah, because I said none of mine are come from New Jersey at all yet. All mine came from California. The idea is that everything they picked up at the National got drove up to the New Jersey office.
Oh yeah, I heard that.
So if your stuff got submitted at the National Atlantic City, they took it to the New Jersey office to process it all. But what's weird is I'm trying to find from a couple guys that said that their stuff went from California because they mailed it to New Jersey. I'm like, that don't make sense why they would take that risk at all onto it. Because eventually they're going to need to say, if you live in one of these states, you need to mail here and divide up the country aspect onto it. Because I wouldn't want people to ship it once they get my cards received in California and then packaging them, shipping them somewhere else. Gosh, I can just see that fiasco of the truck catching on fire going through there.
That seems just like a crazy trip and stuff to be able to bring all that stuff all the way to freaking New Jersey. Like as far as like if you were like shipping it through. So I mean, I guess it makes more sense that it was like right there.
That made sense to me whenever it was said. I'm like, okay, that makes sense. If it went from the National to New Jersey, completely understand why they had a big truck of a mountain of stuff. Yeah. Maybe they divided up, said, hey, this is all going to Jersey and we're going to take this small back with us. I don't know. No idea.
Definitely makes a lot more sense than basically taking all that stuff all the way up to like California.
Well, yeah, because you know how much they're spending to get that shipped across. Then if it's their own vehicle, then you got to have that special insurance to cover you going the whole way across.
Oh yeah,
and then even if that's at least a 3-day drive by truck, at least, if not more. That's you pushing the hours. I'm going to guess 4 to 5 realistically. Yeah, because I know I went from Vegas to Pennsylvania in a snowstorm in 2.5 days, but that was pushing it like 12 to 15 hours a day driving too. But I'm just thinking about it, I'm like, it makes no logical sense. And I'm sure they didn't put this all on a flight, FedEx or UPS. They had to have their own vehicle haul it if they would do that.
Oh yeah. No way that they would just do all the way to California. Just wouldn't make any sense here. So, I mean, yeah, hindsight, it does make sense.
Well, a lot of people are talking about SGC because aren't they in that Boca Raton area, and that got hit by the hurricane.
Oh, yeah.
I'm wondering how well they got affected by that, because I've seen stuff from Daytona Beach, which, is realistically kind of close to where they're at. And it got hit.
Yeah, also CSG is supposed to also be around the Anna Marie Islands there in that area.
And that's where all the raw cars from eBay go to get
you wonder. That's crazy.
Lovely. I can see that one.
I wonder how GMA's house got hit.
Where's GMA out of? I don't even know.
Florida.
Oh, I never used them.
He's out of Florida. So I wonder if his house got hit.
Damn.
I have no idea. I know they're saying now South Carolina up through North Carolina is getting hit today. Mm-hmm. But this is when the season starts again. It's going to get bad. Then we're going to start seeing all the crazy weather through February, March again, and then it'll die down for a month or two, and then it'll be back up. If you really look from like whenever you were younger and stuff, how many storms you would see come through. There wasn't that many. Even if you take the age of television, social media, television covered everything back in the day, but you never heard of all these crazy hurricanes coming through as much, tornadoes ripping across to everywhere, to fires being, going nuts. I mean, thankfully, we had an earthquake that knocked California out to be an island already.
Yeah, I would not know. I would not know of that. Basically, my whole lifetime of living has definitely been like this. So I don't really know any different like y'all for sure. So
Well, the first time I ever felt an earthquake, I was in Afghanistan. Never felt one
damn.
before in my life. We're in there and things started shaking. I'm like, dude, are we getting ready to be hit by mortar? Or is that like the big trucks coming in from because you used to have like resupply coming in and it shook. And I'm like, what the crap? They're like, that was an earthquake. I'm like, whoa. Like to me, I guess you could say I was like kind of discombobulated because I didn't know what the heck was going on. Everything was shaking every which way. The worst is we were on top of a mountain one time when it happened. I'm like, oh gosh, I could see this right now. The mountain's going to crack in half and we're going to end up going falling down a landslide. I could just see this now.
Yeah.
Never felt one before until I was in Afghanistan. I think we had about 4 or 5 when I was out there first time. Second time, I remember 2 coming through and they were real small. Uh-oh, who sent me messages? You got more pictures? Yep. Let me see what we got for pictures. Oh, GMA.
Those cards were in a vault. Yeah.
Oh, they're good. They're in Odessa, Florida.
All right.
I appreciate reaching out. We are fine. Dodge the bullet. All cards are safe and vault. We are working today and are ahead of schedule. One company I don't use though. But I give that guy credit. He's been around forever, still doing it. I think you still got to print the stuff off and handwrite every dang form too.
Damn.
I got to grunt that. Appreciate it.
I mean, to be fair, Becca has been doing that like forever though, until just recently. Becca was just doing by hand on their ancient website and stuff for like forever.
I think they changed that in what about because I found some of my old submissions from 16 and 17. I want to say somewhere around 17, 18 is whenever they changed it to being computerized. PSA was one of the first where you used to do it. I mean, I hated doing PSA back in the day, handwriting it all. I was married to time. I used to make my wife do it. We both had nice handwriting, but she wasn't working at the time for him. Like, here, your dad owned a card shop. You know what you're doing. She would handwrite them all out. And I felt bad for her because the one order, I mean, we used to do like 400 card orders and they were like $5 a pop. That's way back in the day.
Yeah.
We'll never see $5 grading for PSA again. I think the $9.90 stuff, it was $8.80 stuff, $8.88 stuff from the 80s was probably the lowest we'll ever see again.
Yeah, just with all this grading fiasco stuff, like here, like the thing is, a lot of the content guys close to me and stuff, they're all raving about SGC right now. SGC, like they're all just doing SGC, like with the turnaround time and the price, being about $30 per card and stuff.
It's good for vintage, but if you're doing modern, it's not, unless you have like a high dollar card you just want to move real fast.
Exactly. Yeah, that's the main gist of it. Where basically they don't want to have as much money per card, which doesn't really make sense if you're doing a more high end card. Doesn't really make much sense. But in the same like aspect, they're wanting like a cheaper 30 day like short term service that basically they can like. They can like they can just flip through cards like easier and stuff. So yeah, all the grain companies have their own thing for your own preference. Whatever has like how is HGA been doing recently? I haven't heard jack about them as of late.
Who?
HGA. I haven't heard anything about them recently, like good or bad. I don't know. Just Nothing. Like dead silent.
I don't think they're doing anything anymore. I think that they're under Grunt, correct me if I'm wrong, but they're grading like 7,000 now a week or a month, something low, very low. He does the numbers, he'll pop it in chat. But HGA was really, really low, I think, for the week or month. It was only like 5,000 or 7,000 cards graded.
That's not
See
shit.
if I
My
can
God.
pull it because I know he
No.
puts it on Facebook for me.
All right.
Go back. There we go. How do I get to my little group now? I don't even go in my group that much. There it is.
Hey, Brian, have a good night. Thanks for coming in, man. Appreciate it.
See you, Brad.
Thanks, Brian. You're fine. Oh wait,
They're still doing 1,000. They're doing
About
1,000
1,000
a week.
to 1.2.
Yeah.
That's
okay.
that's
So
still
like I
nothing.
said, it was something low. Maybe that was the month where it was 5,000 to 7,000 a month. I knew he would know because he does all the numbers. And
Yeah,
it was
1
low.
to 1.2 a week.
I will
Still
never
nothing.
use them. I will never use them.
There it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, he posted it. Here it is here.
Mhm.
1,128, 12 to 18 September, then 1,298 for 19 to 25 September. He even
Yeah,
has
I'm
ace
good.
grading up here now. 1589 graded.
My God.
Yeah, I'm good.
I'm good without that.
I'm good.
Yeah.
I mean, no.
Yeah.
CSG, they had like 4,700 one week, then they went to 12.5 the next. I just don't know how consistent they're actually being with the numbers. Some of the stuff when I looked at like where he breaks it down by week, like with PSA 12 to 18 September, 338,000, 19 to 25 September, 200, almost 260,000. They dropped 78,000. But during that time frame, I believe the Dallas show was going on. They took graders away to go down there. So when you start taking graders away, it could be a reason why, or you just never know. But that's still a lot of cards. You're talking at least 250,000 cards a week being graded by PSA. That's a lot.
That is, my God.
Yeah, Granddad, you still got your delusional people out there. You still got your delusional people out there who just
love their grain companies. They love their 3 random player card companies. Yeah.
Don't hate the player, hate the grader.
Shit. Yeah, I'm trying to remember. What was it? They've grading $2 judges over. That is a mood. What was it? It was a presser of something recently I saw. My God, I don't know why it's escaping me here.
The days of grading $2 judges are way gone.
Yeah, those are pretty much done.
You gotta remember, a big stock of my slabs that I had during COVID. I think they were a bunch of them were only cost me anywhere from like $8 to $12 to grade at one time frame. It was cheap. I remember even spending for what is considered economy now, I think $20 a card. If I go back, I could look at all my old stuff, but it's just immense on how much all this stuff has gone up. Now with PSA, I don't think $22 is going to be their bottom price. I think it's going to dip back down to that $18 mark eventually. I think 22 people are just not going to send in enough for them to keep all their graders busy. And I think if it don't happen here this first week of October, I guarantee before Christmas, they're going to have to pop something out again. Because all my modern stuff is done. My 2, I guess you say 95 and back bulks have been sitting in assembly for a while. But that's expected because of the criteria with how many graders they have in each little piece across the board. But when they were expecting 120 days on that stuff, and we're getting them back in under 60, or most people are averaging 60 days, And that's calendar days, not even business. I think they're gonna have to look at how are we gonna keep this up to maintain these guys employed during this time frame.
Oh yeah.
And then the next question is gonna be is how are we gonna make New Jersey be justifiable long run?
There's no way.
I mean,
There's no
you
way.
gotta look, they started doing Funko Pops a while back, encasing them and stuff. Maybe there's some kind of another idea that's floating around they're gonna end up doing too. Who knows? Maybe they'll start grading Nintendo games next, or I don't know, movies or something. They'll probably come up with something down the road. But you're gonna have to sustain all that. And with the price of boxes being so high and the resale, even if you grade some of that stuff out not being there, they're going to have to lower the stuff back down until there's another big surge going on. And I think Teddy will correct me if I'm wrong. Even if we did have another surge, right? We'll say in 2 to 5 years down the road, all this stuff was so overproduced and overpopulated and graded versus the stuff in the 90s because we didn't really grade back then. So finding them PSA 10s and stuff were a little bit harder. I don't think this stuff's going to shoot up in the value. And it's going to be more of that rare end stuff and the older stuff again, if it does decide to happen again. But when you look at investors, there's a video clip out there. Now I'm not talking about the one I showed with the guy that was in the secret call with Gary V. Mr. Beast and Logan Paul. I guess he called had this thing at 12 o'clock at night, Mr. Beast's time. So it's East Coast time.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, I need you guys to invest. Quiet. Listen to me. You got all these billionaires in there. He's telling everybody to shut their mouths and listen and invest into, I can't remember what the NFT.
It's it was the Bored Apes.
No, it wasn't that.
Oh, what's that on it?
No, I can't remember what it was. It was something else. If I heard the name, it would come up. But anyhow, he told everybody it's going to be the next big thing, and everybody in there's thinking, no, this is the stupidest thing ever. Half of them didn't do it, the other half did, made money on it. What I think is funny is you have these secret conversations with all these big end people putting their money in. It's eventually going to happen again because of that. It's not going to be to the, I hate to use the pun, extreme that it was at one time frame. It will happen. Everything recycles around. I mean, bell bottoms came back, corduroys came back, penny loafers came back.
Well, to me, it's all about how Fanatics handles everything in the next couple of years. If they go out and completely bomb it, then you'll get a surge of the older stuff from 2018 and older. Yeah. But if Fanatics goes out there and kills it, who knows? I don't know how it's gonna be handled the next 3 to 5 years with Fanatics taking over everything.
It won't matter, even if you don't touch the newer stuff, even if it goes back to the older stuff. I mean, look, it started off with the sneakerheads, and then we moved to Bitcoins and all that stuff. They weren't even in cryptocurrency 2 years, then moved to sports cards. And then it went to the whole broad base of any type of sports card / autograph / piece of memorabilia they could find out there. The same thing was with crypto. They announced all these cryptos, mergers happened, all this stuff like that there. It's going to bounce like that in waves. Even if we start now saying they're going to do movies and whatever next, and then maybe the next thing is going to be property will go up again. Who knows? But within probably a 10-year span, I would say we're probably going to see a bump again. It's going to be one of them secret calls of a bunch of billionaires out there, and that'll be it. I mean, we could all go make a YouTube channel out doing crazy stuff, make billions. I mean, Mr. Beast did it with no money at all. I mean, honestly, he did. I mean, just by sitting there, just think about it. He did crazy videos just saying Logan Paul for 1 million times and watching Jake Paul's music video for 24 hours and stuff like that. I mean, I think that if somebody actually did something like that with the sports card world, I'm not saying breaking for 24 hours or opening product for 72 hours, but if you came up with some kind of catch thing like that where you did a video like that per maybe month, you could really get some crazy stuff going on onto it.
The thing is, I will say I've known this. I know this. Basically, I was DMing Brian, basically sports card investor in Troy and stuff. As for his Sunday League investor and stuff. they were doing initially like some of their best content like basically receipt wise is challenge stuff actually, like like trade this or like the thing is I got $100, you can spend the best in the 5 minutes, like whatever. Challenge stuff like that does so well on the YouTube platform compared to like other like long format stuff too.
See, I
Also,
thought about that, and the last monster, I was trying to get like 4 or 5 people I know were going up there, $200 so you could find the best thing. We all post our videos same day of what we picked up and let the people see, comment on to. We make a poll somewhere. It could be on Discord. I really didn't care. Nobody wanted to jump in onto it at all, onto it. And I was really surprised. I'm like, what do you guys want to do? 50, 100? I mean, 100, I think $200 was kind of fair because you could at least pick up like 2 cards are worth like $100 a piece, or maybe you could find a nice big deal. Maybe you can get somebody to do a $300 card for 200.
I think 200 would be fun, and then the winner will be determined when the grades come.
Oh, that's a grading challenge, though. That's a double edge on
it's probably different.
That would be fun, though. You'd buy a card, you have to buy one. You buy one around $200, the best one you think you got, and whoever got the best grades and whoever the price, what it goes for at the end, would win.
I will say, like with the content stuff, TikTok sports card creators are doing pretty well as of late with the challenge stuff. Like like I got $5, they short it down, like whatever. They found this, they found that, and that, like blah blah blah. That stuff has been doing well recently because again, most of the sports card hobby, just as I am proof of, it's getting like younger as of late. And the content's definitely becoming to a point where you definitely need to appeal to that age demographic now.
Mm-hmm. I think you're 100% correct on it. See, my issue is if I set a big goal, and I'm just going to use this. Say I want to spend $2,000 at the monster.
Yeah,
I don't want to say that I'm going to go spend $2,000 and then not see anything I like and then be forced into it. But I think that if I do the idea and then go up there with it and then it happens, then I can make the content based off of it. But I think if I came out there and said, hey guys, I'm going to be going the monster on, Friday, October 7th. I'm going to go up there with even $5,000. I'm going to let's see what I can come back with, grade out and all that. You can make that into a different series, almost what Joey was saying there. But then if I go up there and it's a dead show and I have to force myself, think about Card Collector 2 spending $100,000. You could tell he was getting burnt in what he was trying to buy to get to 100,000. I think that if it's worded properly, I'm taking, say, $1,000 up there for a challenge, and I don't have to spend it all, but it's to find the best cards that I could grade out and make a profit with. And you do the video. So you go up there, part 1 here. Part 2, you send it off to grading. You have to come back. You show your grade results. Then, you can make it fair, send it to DC Sports. So that way nobody sees it on my eBay type deal. And only I know where it ends at because I have my code. And then I show the video at the end where it is at and show the money gain and stuff. I think it would be interesting. I mean,
or
stuff like that there to really catch it.
Or going in the show and saying, I'm taking this one card, I'm going to trade this up for a specific card.
Yes. Those videos do well. I've seen those. Like I have this cheap high pop card.
Yeah, I'm taking this card and I'm going to trade up for this specific card.
Yes.
They do that a lot, and I think a lot of the dealers now are catching on to it because they are. It's a gimmick. So I'm going to take a crappy card to the show, and I'm going to keep trading up to where I get something big. So we're just going to say I take something stupid like a
Bull PSA 10 Prism. There you go.
Yeah, we'll say silver prism. Okay, so it has a little bit of value behind it. And at the end, I walk away, we're going to say with a Jalen Hurts select auto. That's a huge difference in price to begin with. And by doing all that onto there, people are giving you the deals. I don't know if they want to be on camera for it and they're doing it. If this stuff has been also pre-done to make it look that way too, that I'm going to my buddies along the way.
Yeah.
There's a lot of questions when I see those videos. Is it 100% true that that is going on? And the worst is I see these little kids doing it because they tried doing it to me the last show. And I'm like, no, I am not trading a $2 card for a $50 card. No. I don't care who you are. No.
Yeah, and the thing is, I will say with the videos like that, it's crazy because the thing is, it's all like I'm thinking it's like YouTube content for the dealer, or two, it's a kid where basically now most of the time like I've seen, it's like this kid brings like a dollar card and trades the dealer who's like, I'm being nice to you, like a $5 card. It's something like that. Normally.
There's one thing, if I see a kid doing it, and I could tell he's not trying to be a hustler, and I hate using people's kids for examples because it's a bad thing, but there's somebody out there that is well off and has a kid that does these. And he does it on YouTube. I don't think people are doing it because of who he is. And I just don't like it because I think that's the wrong mentality to have as a young age, is teaching them how to hustle to gain ahead. I think hard work, and they could say it's hard work because I got to sit there and take this dollar card and make it into a $200 card. Really, it's people feeling sorry and wanting to be on your videos is why they're doing it for that 2 seconds of fame, and you're making out that way.
It's very similar.
Chad Pennington auto for Trevor Lawrence.
There you go. It's very similar. I'm pretty sure we've had this conversation before, but I never have understood the premise of selling a card for basically under because you're selling to a content creator, which they're gonna make money on it. Yeah, exactly. It doesn't make any sense to me.
I do it with people that are basically routine. I hate using routine.
Oh yeah, that's different. Yeah, exactly.
There's a guy comes around. I mean, we've worked some big deals in the past, and I had a card of Steve Young auto, and he was interested. Dude, I'll give it to you what I'm in the card and grading $100. I said it's at least $150 card. Really? Yes. Yeah. You bought from me before. If you really want it, I'll sell it to you at that price. But I mean, there's stuff like that there because people are always coming to you and buying from you. You're like, hey, I'm going to come a little bit of slack here. If they're like, hey, can you go any lower onto it? Yeah, I'll give it to you a little bit lower. Some people try to take advantage of that in bulk deals. And this is one of the biggest things. So if you guys are still out there listening to this, let me tell you how the biggest game is done. I walk up to a table and I'm going to say I see a Trevor Lawrence auto. It's marked at $350. I tell them I'll give you $3 for it. Okay. I take that $300, put it on the side, right? Then I see a card. It's a $400 card. I say I'll give you $350 on it. Put that on the side. So $300, $350, and then I'll throw another card in it. And just say another $150 card for $100. So now I'm sitting there at $750. I'm like, dude, $700 for all three. You were at $750 for these. Do $700. Now I just got an additional $50 off. That there is one of the oldest tricks in the book. And I can tell you now, there's a few YouTubers out there that do that trick to a T. Oh, yeah. And people get lost because they're working with bulk prices, and you could run that through your head a few times. And you could tell at the end that guy's like, wait a minute, I just gave this for even cheaper than what I did. I was already at 80. Now I gave it to him at like 75%, If people try doing it at my table a lot, they'll be like, oh yeah, you want 250. How about 225 for this? And they'll do it. So you said 225 for this. So how about this here? I'm like, no, I'm already at my low at each card I gave to you on. I don't even know you.
Yeah, exactly.
But that's one of the biggest things out there is you agree to a price onto a card, you put it off to a side. You start working other cards and you get another lot together and you try to drop another percentage point onto it, so you're getting even lower.
I will say personally, I don't know why. It's just the morals of that. Like in a sense where you are agreed to a price on the one card in particular. I get, like me, I do kind of similar, but the thing is, I do not agree to a price before I lot it out. The thing is, like, if I said I'm not buying for that price, I'm not buying for that price. If I don't, then I'm being shitty.
A guy,
I don't understand that.
Taught me that trick in the 90s. In the 90s, they were doing it.
Yeah.
He taught me that trick in the 90s, and I was like, "What are you doing?" He goes, "What? You want these cards here, right?" Well, I'll come back and I'm going to get them for what price do you wanted to get them at. And he did that up there and I was in shock. I'm like, how did you do it? He goes, it's very easy. He goes, you start running all these numbers because they're already giving you a discount. Then you ask for a little bit more of a discount. The idea is if you want to pay 700 for it, you try to get a group deal with like 4 or 5 cards at 750, and you say, well, how about just 700 for them all? The guy will usually be like, okay, yeah, I'll do 700. And you just got another $50 off. One of the oldest tricks in the book.
Yep.
And there's quite a few YouTubers out there who do that. And I don't want to bust them out, but there are quite a few that do that. And when you start doing stuff like that, it's because the heat of the moment, you're on a camera, you're not thinking, or I hate saying it, like an older person and stuff like that, and you're trying to run the numbers through your head because you do get older. I'm not going to lie, unless you're doing some kind of trivia or math puzzles, your memory starts tending, your math skills start slipping up because I write the stuff down. But that one time, I'll never forget, the guy had up to 975 and he wanted me to give me 900. I said, no, 975. I already took off on each card. I'm like, that's where I'm at. He's like, so you wouldn't do 900? I said, I'll tell you what, I'll do 960. And I was like, that's an extra $15 off. I'm like, that I can't go any lower. I can sell these for more individually.
That's the thing is, okay, I will say, again, not calling people out and stuff, but the thing is, like, I get, like, people ask, what is your lowest price? It's the most annoying thing, like, I've ever heard. It defeats the whole part of basically negotiation.
What's the best you could do on this?
Oh, yeah, what's the best that you can do on this?
I'll be like, what's the best you can do? I'll say yay or nay. And normally there's a couple guys I always buy from. So say they have a sticker at 400 on a card. I'll walk up to them and be like, hey, I'm interested in this. And it's just one of those things at the bat. They'll be like, hey, 350 for you. And a lot of times like that, or I'll be like, I'll have a bunch of vintage from a couple guys and I'll be like, hey, you were 50% off on all this. Where are we at? Where are you comfortable at? So I can see if I'm good or not. And I let them choose where they want to be at, and I'll say yay or nay. I do want to get as cheap as I can. Don't get me wrong onto it. There's times like guys are like, hey, 500 for this. And I'm like, I can't, man. I was a little bit lower in my head onto it. And I'll look at it again just to make sure I wasn't off. And I have to calculate risk and grading fees and everything else onto it. And that's why I explained to them where I was at. I try to at least let them come up with a number.
Oh, yeah. I think the thing is, for me at shows, what works the best for me is the whole like koi thing. Is like you're there, you're talking and stuff, and basically you let them offer towards you. But again, at the same time, I think that there's a big difference between that and saying I'll buy this for this price, and then lying out trying to get it for cheaper, even though you already agreed on price. There's a whole difference between those two.
Well, here's the best part is that you sit there and you stick your stuff at whatever value, comp, whatever you want to call it is out there. Somebody come to it, well, what do you take on that? Stickers on it. And then here's my thing is that, a lot of people are like, well, if you sell on eBay, you're going to lose 15%. I'm like, no, I'm 12% on eBay. At the same time frame, you're still going to have to pay sales tax. Do you have a sales tax license on you that you can give me a copy of? That way I know I don't have to pay the sales tax on this here. Get your actual real dealer. And they just stare at me. And I'm like, no. I'm like, I'll give you a discount. When you come up to me hard charging like that, I'm like, I could play this. You still play for shipping going out. You don't get to see the card in hand. You get to see it here. At the same time frame, I'll know that I'm the only person at that show with that card. So, but that's the thing I try telling in a couple of my videos that when I get to the show, I'm like one of the first people sub because I like to walk around to see what's there. So I know what am I dealing with that everybody else has out there, because
before I'm going around
stuff. Yeah. I mean, at a 50 card show, 60 card show, you can do that. At the Monster, you just can't do it. You just have to really figure out there's somebody else has this card here.
Oh yeah. And the thing is, I will say, like with stuff like that, it just becomes like immoral in a sense. Like I'm just sitting here, I'm thinking like you're lying the stuff out. And the thing is, it's so annoying in a sense to when somebody's like sales tax and all this stuff. I'm like, yeah, on the flip side, there's also expenses on your side, as a buyer or a seller. I'm pretty sure the only thing that's comparable to basically mention is the 12% like eBay wise. Besides that, you're trying to work the other person. It gets really annoying in a sense. It's just people being tough, people not being good like actual like negotiators in a sense. Like I get being set at a price and stuff, but there's a whole difference between that and being like, but you guys pay like sales tax, or like here, or there's the eBay fee and all this stuff. It's like, yeah, we get that. That's not like I didn't already think about that. It's, it doesn't make any sense.
Oh, see, I was thinking this. Let me give you an idea of the video I was thinking. This was like a year or 2 years ago. Remember Mr. Beast Mr. Beast was doing the Save the Beaches thing?
Yeah.
So I had probably about 10 value boxes, right?
So
I was gonna
cards.
no. This was a great idea for a video. I don't know how long it would take me to do it, but I had to end up in probably Raleigh, North Carolina at a card show. Now I was going to map this out. Now this is a contingent. I had to take like 2 weeks vacation off to do this too. Start off for one weekend at a card show, just with those boxes, a full tank of gas. Whatever I sold was my money to get to the next place to sell more cards to get to Mr. Beast at the end.
That's a great idea.
And at the end,
yeah.
You set up like go live every night, and whatever donations I take in on my channel for Save the Beach, I would hand that over to Mr. Beast for cash. But I had to find Mr. Beast to do it.
Oh,
that means everybody would have to plug onto his IG and everything else. But like this dude's doing something stupid. Now, if I didn't have a job and I quit my job, I would make this like a month-long thing to do. Like if he was like save the trees and save the beaches.
Oh yeah.
Just you can only use dollar boxes though. Whatever came out of my value boxes that day. So that would cover gas, hotel, and stuff like that there. Which if you only make $100 a show, it means you're sleeping in your vehicle probably that freaking next week or something, or you're gonna have to find somebody's house to crash at or whatever.
Yeah,
that's when you rent a van. You're the old man in a van down by the river.
But I mean, if you sat there and did it, plus whatever
bridge,
money you had left over, from the shows and all that, it all went to Mr. Beast to save the thing, the same thing. Or you could just set up a donation thing for on my channel as well too for whatever it is, save Mr. Beast, save the whales or beach or trees thing. But I'd have to find it be technical on how to do all that to begin with. But it was an idea. I was like, that would be one of the stupidest ideas, because I came up with this idea and some kid did it with a penny, started a penny in California, made it all the way to Mr. Beast. So I'm like, that was kind of something like I wanted to do, but I was bouncing up and around the whole East Coast to do it.
Now, if you do plan on doing this, a month before you do it, get a 24-hour fitness membership.
Oh yeah, dude. No, that is a godsend. That is a godsend during something like that.
Because you can go in there and shower and everything.
I have Planet Fitness. Does that work? I
believe so. But
they're open 24/7.
Yeah, and if they got a shower,
yeah, they always
shower. There's you. That's how you map it out. Where's this one at? Where's this one at? That's when you go and try and map to him. So at least you have a shower a day.
Well, you forget there's also military posts along the way. I had it all wrapped up to where like, if I was going, like I would go down to Atlanta to show if I had to. I'd drive an hour south, go to my buddy's house, crash on their couch for a day or two. But like everything I ate would have to come out of the money I owned at the shows. They couldn't cook for me, nothing like sidelined, or I had to do something like that. But it was hard coming up with the rules onto it all.
Yeah.
Or you take your own food. You're like, I got this box of food, supposed to last me. You get some spam in there. You get all kinds of stuff going. Some eggs.
Oh yeah.
Teddy, you still in here? Because I was going to do a challenge over Thanksgiving of watching 24 hours straight of backyard breaks.
Oh,
live
God.
Right here.
Oh God.
You are a brave man.
And if they're not live, that means I have to go on their channel and go find videos of them to watch.
You are a brave man.
Oh my God.
You're either brave or stupid.
Going from Christmas to New Year's until I hit 6,000 subscribers, I'm going to watch backyard breaks videos, whether they're live or not.
My God.
I think I'd lose subscribers just for something.
The crazy thing is, that reminds me, basically back in my streaming days of basically high school, bringing in pretty good, like, good, like, income and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
A friend of mine, like stream-wise, he watched paint dry, like, full ass, like, he pulled out a YouTube video just paint drying. Like, shit like that gets insane views. And, like, it does well. It's very, very interesting. I just don't know what backyard breaks, how much I would go brain dead watching that.
No, you need to do a 24-hour binge of Kenny Golden stuff.
There you go.
That's just no fun. See, I was thinking about, honestly, I was trying to think how to top the year off. And right now, the backyard breaks was kind of like a raw deal thing I was going to do as a punishment because I've been slacking on video creations.
Oh,
but
gotcha.
I was going to go something like, because I got to burn some vacation days. I was going to do something like a 48, 72 hours straight, not me streaming on Whatnot, but going in people's Whatnot streams and just buying stuff. Now, I'm not going to go crazy buying, but, just going on and just doing it. Like, hey, where are we buying? And see what the total
you
would be.
You need to be sponsored by Whatnot to do something like that.
A 24-hour buy-a-thon. You go to every room that's new possible and buy one card.
Oh, God.
Well, I would want to say, like, I have to cap myself to, like, no more than a couple grand doing this. But, but just bounce around because I'm going to fall asleep in people's rooms after 24. I could probably do about 48 in my old age right now.
Yeah.
I don't know. I want to do 72, but I think I would end up falling asleep during it. It's going to be I would need people in the chat. Yeah. Because I'm going to have to do it from here, from Zoom, to broadcast or Whatnot over so it plays right. I'll be like, anybody want to join me on Zoom while we watch some more backyard breaks? They're the only one streaming right now, guys. I don't want to buy into it. Somebody keep me sane. Subscribe.
The New Year's Eve buy-a-thon is what you need to call it.
But
the Whatnot New Year's Eve buy-a-thon. You go on there New Year's Eve, go to a room, buy a card. Go to another room, buy a card.
Oh my God.
Maybe set your limit at like $5 or $10 per card.
I will say though, if basically I was doing something like that, I would want it to be compensated by freaking Whatnot. I mean, you're bringing a lot of promotion there if you're doing that. Not a sense to where like you like individually, but the like effort and stuff behind that.
So I think it would gain a lot of momentum, to be honest. Yeah. Don't you all go steal my idea, everybody in the chat now, because I was thinking about doing this.
You have a BCW account, can't you? Say, hey, every time I buy something, I was like, yep, I'm gonna put it in the BCW's One Touch, or I'm gonna put it in this and put it in that. Just say it every time.
I have to have a card in hand. I'm buying it live. I'm not going to get it.
To it.
Well, no, but I think
some type of sponsorship.
I think it would catch eventually going through the Whatnots because people are like, damn, you're still going after 24 hours. Yes, this sucks. I'd be like, guys, I'll be back in 10. I gotta go to the bathroom. Probably fall asleep. Everybody be laughing. Where's he at?
Yeah.
Because I'm streaming for 72 hours. I'm going to at least have to restart a computer maybe once or twice during it.
Or buy one card, go to the baseball, buy one card from one team per stream. Like, all right, I'm going to buy a Dodger card. You got any Dodgers? I'm buying Dodgers. Diamondback, Oriole. Go to different streams, buy all baseball. Then start the football one. Then start the basketball one. Then start the hockey one.
It's a cool concept. I don't know if that would catch, though. Yeah, it's a cool concept. I just don't know content-wise if that would catch as much as, like, staying on for, like, how many hours buying.
On Whatnot. And then what I could. The only thing I don't know, maybe you might know on Zoom, I'd probably have to hold a sign up in here on how much I spent, or like put it in my background somehow onto it. Keep changing every time I bought it because I don't think there's a way to where I can add a filter onto this to where it would show the total. So I think I'd have to have a running like JPEG in the background and just keep saving it for the background filter on what I spent and just to see where it goes to onto it all. I mean,
get a dry erase board and put in the back of you.
Wait, how'd you do that?
There you go. It just things OBS wise, it makes it 10 times easier. Like the thing is, like I could add stuff super quick, like super easy. Like there's so many plugins, there's so much you can do. So let's say I'm counting through. I bought 24 cards so far. 25, 26, 27, 28. I just do that quick. Pretty simple.
So you were using Zoom through OBS?
Yeah, okay. So basically this is through basically this is going through OBS, and basically on OBS you can make a virtual camera. So basically, this is my source on OBS. That's basically being basically output as a camera source.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
see, I thought I
basically,
was,
yeah.
I see what you're doing. Yeah, see, I think I got what you're saying on it to
Yeah,
it.
I'm a streamer, in the past, so I get it a little bit,
But I don't think I can use it from, you know what? I could probably run XSplit in my background and do it that way with the camera.
Mhm. Could you?
Yeah, well, I don't know because I'll have to play around with it. I like that idea because I don't know if I use the camera. Well, I'd have to, yeah, because I'd have to use XSplit as the camera. I use this camera going through XSplit to
Yep.
host it, then just use the text and everything in the background because then I'm not streaming with XSplit, which kills the GPU and CPU usage. It might work.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to play
Yeah,
around with that and see.
Yeah, I would say OBS works perfectly for it, using it for like years. I would say also the cool thing about it, OBS wise, you can basically specifically set the IO sources like basically individually too. Like per window also. So things like have like a Zoom IO source, I can have like a Spotify IO sources. I can like segment all that stuff, and just there's a lot of customization to it. Makes it so much easier.
You know, even if I don't do a straight like 72-hour and whatnot, I could sit there and say I'm spending X amount of dollars on whatnot, and I'm going to stream until I spend that. And that could take a while because I'm very, very picky.
That's a good idea. All right.
Yeah.
I like that. All right.
And I think the only time I'd be able to sleep is when my computer does its like update in the evening and be like, guys, be back in about 30 minutes to an hour. Hopefully I don't pass out too long.
Yep, I get you.
But it would also push me to wanting to go into more streams and stuff to do it. I think that might be how I do it.
Makes sense.
But
I'm going on a 24-hour Sidney Crosby diet. I'm going to buy all Sidney Crosby for 24 hours.
Oh man.
That's a good idea, Grunt Dad, with the app thing. I'm just not that smart.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I've been like tossing up different ideas and stuff in my head because I think the piece of doing the challenges it shows is getting old for people to see.
Yeah.
But then again, I've been finagling with doing the videos too, playing around with a lot of stuff. I mean, it could get really advanced with Filmora, but the good thing with Filmora, all the filters and everything are already in there and paid my subscription versus some of the other ones I was looking at. You have to pay for all the extension plugins or whatever the hell they call them out there. But I think it would be kind of fun doing the live stream though, of just going and whatnot constantly.
Okay, I got on XSplit. Can you specifically capture windows and stuff? Right? It's not just it's not just
I could do
right?
like a screen like you hit a smart selection. I can copy whatever I want on the screen over.
Okay, cool. All right.
Or I could just add text to the background, whatever it may be, too.
It makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
I get you.
But the only thing is, I can't run a non-green screen background on XSplit. You have to have another plug-in piece to it, and it kills the CPU usage.
Does it?
So doing Zoom and watching a live, whatnot, along with having XSplit running in the background, that other program might put me to where I'm like flickering. I'm thinking, even though I have like high RAM and all that stuff, I'm thinking about, I'll have to look at it and see if I can play with it. Because I know I've been using with XSplit, a lot of it goes off the video card, the GPU or CPU. Yeah, GPU. Onto it, we have it set up.
Yeah.
So I'd have to play around to where it made sense onto it.
Yeah.
I mean, it wouldn't be hard for me to just have this background here, like something whatnot, and then put a sale price up there and be able, there's a whiteboard on here. I don't know what the whiteboard does. I don't want to play with it because next thing I know, I'll be doing something crazy.
Yeah, I will say, I would say personally, again, like OBS does it like so easy, but the thing is, I get it. It makes sense.
No, but I have OBS on here. I just never used it.
Oh, do you?
Mm-hmm. I had it for a background because another guy was like, it's better to stream video games with OBS than XSplit Broadcaster.
Yeah.
And I've had XSplit. I had bought the lifetime for like $99. So, or maybe it was $199 years ago. I
How
think it was
about this?
$99 back in 2015. So I just always keep it.
I get you on that one. Let's test this out right here.
Oh,
Just want to
yeah.
see how well you can set the Windows stuff here. So like the thing is, like, I can just gather this right there, and then I have backyard breaks, our favorite breaker. Right there, look at that. Have our live stream going on here. You know.
So it lets
fun
you
times.
cut the screen. See, that's the thing I can't.
Oh yeah,
figure out
I can
XSplit.
cut. I can do color correction. I can edit. I can do so much stuff with it. Like OBS is very open source.
See, when I go into XSplit and I'm looking at the thing I do, it has like 4 different tabs. So I'm gonna have to play around with it. I know there's a way to do what you just did, because I could throw the video or picture up there and shrink it or make it big, but cutting out the piece that I'd actually want, I'm gonna have to play with onto it.
Oh yeah. So yeah, I mean the thing is, let me know. I got you. It's a little complicated, but I mean it's not too much. So yeah. We love backyard breaks here, as we all know. Our favorite breakers.
Of course. Well, actually, though, if I did do this way, see, what's weird is me going from Zoom to YouTube doesn't kill my computer where CPU usage, right?
Yeah.
But if I was doing this through XSplit, it gets a little shaky with the background stuff. I gotta like cut down everything I'm using in the background. I'm gonna have to play around with it and see. But I think I could do it just from Zoom itself, and just there's something on here that says apps. I don't know what all. Let me see if I click it. Sign into your accounts to use Zoom apps. I'm gonna have to see what that does. I don't know what.
So yeah, if I'm remembering right, so basically XSplit uses a lot of CPU and RAM specifically, and basically OBS you can specifically set so it's CPU and basically GPU instead. So basically, I'm assuming for you're probably not using your GPU as much, considering stuff you're probably doing. So basically, you can basically allocate usage to your NVENC in your GPU instead. So basically, it'll be like less heavy on your PC.
Okay. I might have to get with you whenever I go do it. We'll go on this here because I could just share the whole screen, easier for you to see. And you could just walk me through where I need to go on to, because that might be the way to do it. Because I could set a well, actually, I can just make my picture small into it, and I think I figured it out. If I make the video almost whatever I'm doing, the full screen, run a banner at the top, and then just put me in a little square like down below.
Oh yeah.
Because do you have to use green screens with OBS, or they already have a filtered one like how it is?
Oh no. You can do green screens. You can do you don't actually they basically natively just basically add NVIDIA's green screen system, which is very similar to like Zoom's.
Okay.
So basically, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it should be natively in there in the new update, if I remember right. So, I never use it, but I mean it should be there if I'm remembering right. They did just add it, so yeah. I mean yeah. You should be able to chroma key all of that fun stuff too, if needed. So it's pretty simple.
Wow, nobody is on Card Vision on a Friday night. That's kind of scary. Nope. I guess maybe things got a little heated in there Wednesday night.
What happened on there?
One of the guys was saying he was going to run deals all night, and they really weren't deals, and people got all crazy. He gets a little crazy in there at times.
Oh, does he? Damn.
Well, that one guy does. That was broadcasting. I think it was Wednesday night. Maybe it was Tuesday night. I don't remember now, but ever since then, nobody's been on there.
I feel that.
All right, Shannon.
So the thing is like per se that my that my logo thing is your webcam and stuff. Like we could specifically put it to the corner. We can basically have a counter on the bottom, like there's tons of stuff that basically you can do with it.
Okay. I think
Yeah.
that'll work. I think that's what I want to do for like, I think I'm going to start it like on December 30th in the evening and just keep going through
Yeah.
whenever it ends New Year's Day. At the same time frame, I'll probably need somebody telling me my subscriber count because we're going to go see if we can hit 6,000. I don't know why I want to do that. Just something stupid, probably.
I feel
But-
it does work when you basically tell people to subscribe. It definitely helps.
Yeah, I used to
Sure.
always put that in the videos, and I just stopped after a while.
Yeah, it comes off as begging for sure.
Yeah, that's what I don't like offhand.
Yeah.
I'll probably just put subscriber count and then, be like, hey,
Oh yeah.
somebody tell me my subscriber count. Do I need to update it yet? Okay.
Oh yeah.
Type deal.
Okay, I will say, I will say, funny thing with this. So basically, I used to stream like gaming stuff, and so basically, there's specific text like plugins that basically you can add in. It'll scroll, and basically it would connect to your Spotify, and basically it would show you like what your what music you're listening to, and show it, scrolling through in the picture of the song, like in like fun shit like that. So like it would make it so much easier, like on your end. Like there's thousands of plugins that basically you can do. That basically makes it 10 times easier, for sure.
Yeah, Grunt,
Yeah.
that was the idea of streaming through Zoom with using OBS, though, is that people could pop in here. I just have to send the invite with their email and they could pop in here while I'm doing it. But yeah, I tried this years ago. Once was with the Black Friday thing. I was trying to get a bunch of people to come on where we just went like an hour a piece or whatever, and just kept pouncing. They could have went till 4 or 5 in the morning. Just, hey, I'm done. Go to this channel. Go,
We did that. We did that last year, the year before. Yeah, because you went, then I went.
Yeah, just because I was East Coast time, you were West Coast, it kind of ran in pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Then I tried doing it with on here, telling people, hey, if you got channels, come on here. I don't care. I'll send you the invite. I know Jacob.
Well, besides me, Jacob, and now Basic White Cards is the only ones that's been on here.
No, we've had GMG was on here.
Oh yeah.
I'm trying to think, because see, I use Zoom with a lot of my other meetings that go on here with people. I'm trying to think.
Yeah.
That might have been about it offhand. I can't think of anybody else. Well, we did Zoom. We had a bunch of people on here with the original one with GMG going. No, it wasn't GMG. It was what's his name? From BST Sports Cars. There was like 5 or 6 of us in it. Yeah, I was trying to remember. I did it a couple times where people were building new websites, stuff, let them come on. There's a new NFT coming out, and these people have been hitting me up on too, and they're just getting the website done. And they want to come on and do a sponsorship, but I'm not real big on doing sponsorships at all. And I thought about doing an NFT one because I'd like somebody to walk me through this building one, because there's different ways of doing NFTs. There's ones where you own percentages. You got block packs way where you're basically doing a RAS for the card and stuff like that there.
Oh yeah.
And I told him I'm open to it. I wouldn't mind doing something like that. And if they want to sponsor a few videos after with an ad, that's fine. I've never really wanted to do it because I like to be open, freely talking about it. And I told him the same exact thing. If we do this, I want to be open and free to talk about it if I like it or not. And they've been pretty much receptive onto it. So we'll see onto it once they get their website done. So anybody still on there hanging out, you guys might get an NFT ad for like 30 seconds eventually in a couple videos. The idea was I was hoping they would have it done earlier because I wanted to use what they were going to pay me towards the NFL Pick'em giveaways to boost it up a bit, but it won't be in time. Might be able to get for end of the year to ump the final 3 prizes up, but yeah. My thing is, if I got sponsored by somebody, and I think Mr. Beast has the best mentality, is you put it back into your videos. Well, instead of me buying new equipment, I put it in giveaways type deal, like kind of like what he's doing. And but I don't want to be the guy that brands every single thing out there. And like some people that take $1 for anything, they'll put any kind of ad up there. on their thing. Granddad, if you ever want the invite, just tell me. I'll send you on Facebook Messenger. I always tell everybody, you're always more than welcome to come on here and chit chat.
Oh yeah.
That's why I like doing these on Friday nights. I learn a lot too between the chat and people coming in, and heck, even the comments afterwards and emails I get from people. It's crazy because they're like, "Hey, did you know this?" I'm like, "Nope, never even thought about looking at it that way, or even knowing something existed out there." But yeah, I don't want to be the guy that, now like BCW, because I do have my licensing through BCW. I have no problem sponsoring them because every year they give me X amount of free top loaders, stuff like that. There, the little box cutters, stuff like that. I have no problem. They know.
Yeah.
But other than that, I can't really say I really have anything that sponsor wise. BCW is, but it's kind of like a backdoor sponsorship because of the breaker stuff. Long as you show using their little cutting knives and their products, they give you X amount per year.
I will say a lot of the quote like market tracker stuff has been really pumping all the sponsor like creator stuff like Dan the Great Curator has been really pumping market movers recently. A lot of them are pumping Card Ladder and stuff. It just
See,
I don't definitely talk about them.
I wouldn't pump them because I don't put money into it.
Exactly. Only do stuff that basically you would do yourself. Yeah.
So BCW, I would have no issue doing vintage card price because I use it. I've showed it before.
I got someone who can probably get you who could do
Go ahead.
the NOTC. Those slab boxes that we use.
I would do those too.
Oh yeah.
I know.
I have them up here. I use them, but see,
Yeah.
I think the white boxes I get are better because I could fit any slab in it, where theirs is geared to like a specific PSA slab. Now I know they're supposed to be doing Beckett and SGC and stuff like that.
Well, no, they're looking to do a SGC one because the one they make now can do Beckett and PSA, the ones we have now. But they are looking right now. They're making a prototype for the SGC. But they're also I talked to them about trying to do a universal box that will work for all of them. Plus, they got those new bags. They got those new bags that just came out, which are fantastic. I'm still supposed to do a video on those. They're good guys. They're out of LA. 3 guys run the company, and
I had an email from them because I did a video on originally when I bought their stuff because I just seen them pop up one day and I'm like, this ain't a bad idea. They're nice to send your smaller, and I hate saying this because if you get watching this, it's no ding on you, but to send my lower price slabs in, I have no issue using it. But the white boxes that I use, I put in the hobby armor wrapped around bubble wrap, and then I can bubble wrap it again and throw it in a small flat rate box. Well, theirs it's a thinner cardboard, and I think it's good for your lower slabs. You're just going to throw in a bubble envelope and mail out. But I can't find a way to where it can be used to where I could fit it bubble wrap. Really, I guess I could probably put more bubble wrap around and throw it in a small flat rate. I just really haven't played around with it. But I mean, stuff like that there, I have no issue doing because like I said, I buy their products. I use their products. If they want to give me a 30-second video and then I'll throw in like another 10 seconds or 15 seconds of me talking about before their video, I have no issue doing it. But it's just what I use.
Yeah. See, this is that company, NOTC. This is the bag that just came out with. I bought 2 of them at the Burbank show, and they're fantastic bags. And they're great over the shoulder bags.
Yeah,
but
I know Sam and stuff is doing some advertisements and stuff for them here soon also.
But trust me, I get about 5 or 6 people to email me every week, different people, but some of them from the same organization and want me to sponsor stuff like video games and stuff. And I'm just like, mine's not a video game channel. It would make no sense.
I don't know anything about it. Yeah.
And I don't want to tell people to go on there and go create a character and the game sucks. I'm not a video game expert. I play very little video games. Then I get ones that want me to sponsor their repack products or repack boxes that have hobby packs and retail packs in it. Well, my thing is, okay, I don't want you to mail me any because I don't want you stacking my boxes that I give away. But what they
Exactly.
want to do is we'll give you a 10% off code, and that's the best they could do for my people. And I'm like, are you going to pay me for anything onto it? Because if I got, say they want 2 videos a week for a month and I charge them, I don't know, $400. We'll just throw a number out there. I take the $400 and put it towards a giveaway because honestly, it's the people watching the videos that are doing it, not me, or, watching it that's getting the, they have to go through the ad and watch it because it's actually placed in the video. I'd rather use this for some type of giveaway down the road.
Yeah, see, they gave these away when you got the VIP package at the Burbank show. You got like 2.
Oh, I got probably about 100 of them up there. I mean, I still use it for I hate saying it, and hopefully they don't see this and think I'm downgrading it. I use it for my cheaper slabs on eBay that sell for like $50, $100 on under.
So here's your white box you're talking about.
Yeah, I mean, those things are spectacular because I can fit 2 PSA slabs in there. I can, fit all kind of different stuff into it, and it's a thicker cardboard. I like them. I do pay a little bit more for them. There's no real brand deal for something like that. I mean, I've had people even ask me about setting up, what do you recall, brand deal clothing and stuff like that. I just I don't see people wanting to buy extreme freaking t-shirts. You might guys want to buy like you dip Daniel, and I think somebody already made those t-shirts, but we could make a Brandon Cooks Out 99 t-shirt. Never forget Brandon Cooks Out 99.
The funny thing is I stopped by the whole Dip and Daniel, like their Twitch thing. They they got now a Dippin' Dots like it's like a PNG picture on their stream now, just sitting there. It's like they're just joking about it now at this point. They're just joking about it. I'm like, okay, cool. Makes no sense. No sense at all.
Yeah, but if you guys are still chilling out or watching the video on replay, I am not going to just sponsor market movers or something I would never use.
What?
Oh yeah, no, I would never pay $50 a month for limited, whatever it was, unlimited or whatever it was. No, I mean, I spend $18 a month VCP and I have the same exact thing, just not all fancy. I mean,
and I will say again, I mentioned this earlier. They're sold like collection tracker things broken right now. So basically all the manual cards that basically you need input, because the thing is they don't have it into the system yet. All the cards that basically you basically had to manually input on the app, like you go to the sold section, it's not showing up at all. And basically also on the app, which I can pull up right here. I'm not gonna show it but hold on. Let me see how I pull it up here. But basically on the market movers on the app right here, if you're going to sold, actually, it's just showing on cards that basically got sold. It's now showing that the sold value is the value that basically the card's going for now. It's the value on the card, not for how much I sold it for. It's like messing up in like many different ways. So the thing is, like, there's a Derek Carr 2014 like refractor PSA 10. I sold it in the preseason for like $140. They're due about $76. It's showing I sold it for $76. I'm like, no, I sold it for $140. I marked it as that. And it's just going all down the line. It's doing that. I'm like, it's broken right now.
I think a lot of that stuff's going to be broken, even card ladder, because a lot of that stuff that they pull from eBay is inaccurate. And I don't care how many times they say they have people checking over if it actually sold and got paid for. They don't, because that one Jordan Love card, I've now found it's on everybody's thing saying if somebody bought it for $380. No, nobody paid $380 for that card. The guy never is sent. I had to pull it after 10 days. So now there's an inaccurate thing out there onto it, and people think that it was sold and paid for. No, it was not. So that's you all get to use like Terapeak, eBay, all that as a grain of salt. It's a tool.
My biggest thing on top of it though is like, keep in mind though, you paid how many, because the thing is for the market mover pricing for you. Let me pull this up. So basically it's for Okay, where's our pricing? Here we go.
No pimping.
Yeah, hold on. Let me see if I can pull this up here. Where's the okay? They changed their thing right now. So basically, their base cost is about $10 a month here for the base one. I don't know if they actually talking about I think that they might change the oh no they didn't. Nope, they didn't. Okay, so basically it's $10 monthly. You can basically only chart cards in the last 30 days. So basically you can basically only see wax. Basically you can only see wax sales up to 30 days ago. You have price charts on the cards, but basically your collection, you're maxed at 10 cards to be able to be able to freaking add. So basically, I buy a card, I want market in my collection. You need to pay $50 to basically put over 50 cards in your collection, which is just a software thing. That's it. It makes price movements over the last 3 days is the only one. The last 90 days, and then the unlimited's the only one where basically you can see all the price movements like of all time. That's it.
See, let me
It makes
see
no
if I can
sense.
do this. Click this.
$500 a year for the freaking unlimited.
So
My
see,
God.
this is VCP. It does the same exact thing.
Oh
I
yeah.
can click all 5, 4. I can look at 3 months out. I could come down here onto. Now this is just strictly PSA, but if I came up here and I wanted to check out 1952 Topps mantle, there's the card. So this is what it looks like when I look at it. I could look at every PSA average here.
Yeah.
I go SGC, BGS. So if I go into PSA and I'm like, I want to see the sales report of, I don't know, let's say eights. I can come down here and see where it's spiked at. That's a 5-year. If I just want to look at like the past year, I could go on the graph. It tells me all this stuff down here, heritage, who it's sold through. There's an eBay one. Mile high, all that stuff. And you can look at the image. Oh, that's the auction there. Heritage.
Yeah, I got to roll.
Stuff. All right.
All right.
I got to head out. I'll catch you guys later.
All right. See you.
Pull that off. See it.
But yeah, like the thing is, market movers, even on the most expensive one, you can only go up to 2,000. I think. No. 2020. No. Actually, no. That's a card. Hold on. Let me pull up a mantle also just to see. Let's do 1951 Bowman. Why not? Just pull this up here. Take this off the chart. But yeah, I mean, it's just insane. Okay, so I'm gonna go back in time. All data. So basically, their data only goes back to 2021. That's it. And you're paying $50 a month for that.
Yeah, see, with mine, it's $18 a month, and those guys, well, it's $17.99. But I've had that been with those guys for probably, I know it's over 5 years now because everybody started using them because of the vintage stuff. It was vintage card prices or price guide.
Oh yeah.
And then they add all the newer stuff to it. And I know they're supposed to be getting my slabs. I think it's on here eventually. I think I saw a couple of them that were on here. But I think it's good because they hit a lot of the points onto it. They have a market report. They, like the hot 100 cards. Believe it or not, 2020 Bowman's best autograph, Jordan Walker, is up 924% as a PSA 9. But that's just stuff that they pulled. You could do it between each sport and stuff like that. And because I look at it times just out of curiosity, like Iginla's SP rookies up big right now, and the Score Canadian Lindros PSA 10's up real big. But you look. I wish if you pulled this up, it would, when you go into the card, it would show a pop report too next to it, which would be dynamic for them.
Oh yeah, it would be. Yeah, it's just
especially with PSA.
Yeah, I will say that is a positive thing about market movers with their set PSA ones. They basically have the pop count. So besides that, I can't share. I don't think. but basically they basically have it basically auto connected. So basically like the PSA like that you can see the pop out here. So like 1951 Bowman Mickey Mantle pop 283 PSA 2 is a 258 like going so forth. So yeah, I mean there's positives and negatives. It just doesn't make any sense. The pricing makes
No,
sense.
a lot of it doesn't when you look at it overall.
Yeah, no. Even there's a free one. Even there's a free one that basically does almost the same exact thing and tracks your collection as far as buying and selling for you, and it's free. Yeah, I'm trying to remember what it was. I used to use it before I started working for Market Movers. I used it before then. God, I gotta research this up here. But yeah, I mean, it's just really, really insane, all that stuff. But speaking of which, I got probably get going here also.
Yeah. I was gonna get called in.
It's getting pretty late actually. Damn.
Yeah, it's almost midnight, 3 hours in this. I'm lucky I set the time limit for 5 hours. I was just normally I stay on until about Card Vision kicks off, and then I'll go on with those guys for a while. But
Oh, I feel that.
it's one of the few Raz nights I'll get into, and nothing on it
Nice.
tonight. I'm really surprised. Nobody at all.
Damn.
Huh.
All right.
Maybe tomorrow night. Never know. All right. Appreciate it
that.
tonight.
Of course, man. Of course. I will see you later.
All right.
Peace.
See you. All right, guys. I'm out as well too. Appreciate you guys stopping in tonight. Know we were a little bit all over the place. Learned some new stuff, especially with OBS and different things. But next week I will not be able to do overtime due to the fact of being up at the big show in Indy. Maybe do something Saturday night or something like that. We'll see how it pans out. I don't know if there's any big fights or anything on. But Arnett, appreciate it, everybody. Catch you.